Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Let's get it, Wisconsin. Welcome into KBN, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace. Say what up, Kyle.
What's happening? What's happening? I'm excited to be here, man.
We got Brad Nortman with us, the former Badger punter and 8-year NFL punter. Brad, you look swaggy right now.
This is the Super Bowl media night from Super Bowl 50 warm-up that we had that we wore during media night throughout the week, and the Super Bowl week wore it for Super Bowl pre-games.
That's legit.
Wow, it is a great day to be alive on this one-year anniversary of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. We have developed a lot throughout the year. To my right is our Packer backer. His name is Kyle Wallace. As I stated 1 year ago, say something, Kyle.
Hey, I want to change that. I want to be the Packer backer. I think I need to be officially known as...
Oh, wow. What are you doing?
I'm putting on he's shirtless right now.
Why aren't you wearing clothes?
Because I feel like y'all need to address me properly.
You could have put that shirt out underneath your shirt and just taken it off.
The grand reveal.
Wow.
What should you call me now?
An owner of the Green Bay Packers.
Kyle put a shirt on that says owner in green and gold.
I feel like I allow for you guys to go way too long calling me a Packer backer, when in reality I am not only a Packer backer, I am also an owner of the organization. So I feel like you need to address me as that starting today for year 2. So
good luck with that.
Start over. What does the shirt say?
His name is Kyle Wallace. He is our Packer backer / owner of the Green Bay Packers.
That's what I'm talking about, Ben Brust. Dang right I am.
To my left is not an 8-year NFL punter. Good preparation by me. First show of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Knew how long Brad Nortman played in the NFL. I got it now. 6 years in the NFL, 4 with the Carolina Panthers, 2 with the Jacksonville Jaguars, an AFC Championship loss, a Super Bowl loss, 2 Rose Bowl losses, and a state championship loss in high school. That is Brad Nortman. Say something, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, that's a better intro right there. Listening back to me a year ago, boy, I sounded rough.
You sound stiff.
I was like, today, Junior, spit it out. Seriously. Man, that was cringeworthy to listen to Brad Nortman when he was, green and a rookie.
A young
all the way
pup.
back then. A young pup is right.
800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-3776. ESPN is the ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. You can see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And you know what? I do want to know. You know, I said to be mean to me yesterday. Why don't you be nice? You know what? Or mean. You choose. What are your favorite moments of the last year of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman? 800-990-3776. We started right away with some beef between Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman. Brad surprised Kyle that day. Or Kyle surprised Brad that day.
Yeah, I surprised Brad. Remember, I was a nobody in high school, where Brad was actually somebody who went on a punt, not only at Wisconsin, but also in the NFL.
Well, tell him how you surprised him.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. God, we've been doing this a year. You stink.
Yeah. So basically what happened is Brad and I both played each other in high school for football. My senior year and his senior year in fall of 2007. In the first round of the playoffs, his Brookfield Central Lancers took on my Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes. And Brad does not remember how that game really went. He knows that they won, but he doesn't realize the fact that though his team won, there was more to that. He ended my high school football playing career by defeating my Blue Dukes 34-27.
Yeah, and like to reveal behind the curtain a little bit, like we have a show sheet. We think about what we're going to talk about on the show, and we have headlines, basically what the conversation is going to look like. And I remember for my very first show 1 year ago today on our show sheet, it basically just said, Brad surprise. And I was like, oh my gosh. This is my first time being
Maybe
on
that's
here.
why you were stuttering to open the show.
So prepared for what was going to come. And then Kyle Wallace hits me with the fact that we have a long lost history together.
We sure do.
Our guy Kyle Wallace has beef with you.
Yes, sir.
Give it to him.
Listen, y'all done had me in meetings with this man for the last 3 weeks, holding it in, having to look him in his face and look him in his eye. Now, Brad, do you know why we got beef?
I do not know why we have.
See, that's the problem.
I thought we were friends.
See, not anymore. No, we listen. We gonna figure it out.
Is it fixable?
It's very fixable. It's very fixable, but it got me in some hot water. Now, Brad, where were you on October 23rd, 2007? What were you, Bradley Nortman, doing that day?
That would be my senior year of high school.
Senior year of high school.
Very good, Kyle.
There was something. We believe we were playing probably kicking some teams' butt. Some teams' butt.
Who did you play in that game? Who did you think you played? Who was the first round matchup?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, we played Whitefish Bay.
You played Whitefish Bay. Brad Nortman, we are both from the class of 2008. In October 23rd, 2007, I had to go all the way out to Brookfield Central with my boys for the playoff, round one playoff. We had to watch this kid going to Wisconsin. Boom the ball. Talking about, I was a linebacker. Oh, no. We were worried about you punting in that game.
Wow. Alex Strofe bringing the heat with all the memes. That was 1 year ago today.
I forgot about the fact that I was getting smoking heat from my friends. They said when we made the announcement, KBN, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, usually people say, congratulations, we're so proud of you. They said, you're a traitor. You're sitting there going to play with Brad Nortman? Don't you, or do the show with Brad Nortman? Don't you remember what Brad did? I said, I know, fellas. They said, traitor.
Still living rent-free in the Whitefish Bay Blue Duke's mind. All these years later, I had all but forgotten that game. And lo and behold.
Oh, yeah, you definitely forgot it. You just said kicking some team's ass.
Yeah, exactly. It was so true. So, Kyle, after a full year, I asked, is it fixable? Is it fixed? Have you gotten over the fact that I beat you that game?
Until 10 seconds ago when you just said we're living in your mind. You're living in our heads rent-free.
It's true, though, right?
I don't really like the way you said that.
Brad Nortman, as the newest member to the airwaves, Kyle's been doing Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin across ESPN Wisconsin. I had been doing a show prior to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Do you have memories that stick out as this is your first hurrah in the year of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman?
Yeah, I've got a lot. It's been a really great year, not going to lie. This does feel like a celebration because it's been an awesome year. There's a couple things that jump out. As much as well, I'll just come out right and say it. You guys giving me crap about the $50 Christmas tree in Grafton of going to get that and bringing wine to Napa. That was just so funny. It's so me. It's been great to be myself with KBN Nation with you guys and then to toss that up and for you guys to just react organically. I mean, I still remember, Kyle, I'm getting ready to go to Grafton to get the $50 Christmas tree, and I go to start my car, and it's dead.
The Lord tried to send you a sign,
dead as a doornail. And so I
naked
panic.
Christmas tree.
Yeah, I panic, text you guys, say, hey, does anybody have a jumper cable? And superhero Kyle Wallace, don't even say that lightly, he rolls up with jumper cables, jumps my car from his, and he goes, Brad, I wouldn't go get that car all the way, or that tree all the way in Grafton. That's an hour north, and then I got an hour and a half back to Oconomowoc. But what do you know? I went and got that Christmas tree.
800-990-3776. Appleman in the Orchard chimes in with one of his favorites.
Bangers.
Getting Brad Nortman to not be able to talk because Mina Kimes has this drop.
There's been a few moments. KBN Nation doesn't even know how many moments there are where I've almost had to excuse myself out of the studio because somebody on this show, yes, and you all three have basically been perpetrators of this, get me to the point where I can't even stop laughing.
Dave from Aaron chimes in 800-990-3776. I forgot about this one. Kyle went out to the roof or outside for the solar eclipse and looked like you were completely lost.
Y'all tried to blind your boy. What if them glasses didn't work? What if they didn't work?
You didn't see anything.
I did not see.
You didn't see a thing.
They claimed I saw it, but I don't remember what it was.
I actually think you should have made that your Twitter profile picture of you just looking at the sun and being blinded.
With those goofy glasses on.
It's hard to look good looking at a solar eclipse, isn't it?
It is.
You look a bit... Everyone looks a bit lost.
You look stupid. You look stupid because you got these childish-looking glasses on. You're looking up at the sun, and most of us had no idea what we were trying to see.
800-990-3776. Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why I feel like a failure is because I had a mission when I started learning about Brad that I thought I would have the ability to bully Brad into changing. And he has not changed at all. He stayed true to himself.
If anything, I've become more unapologetically myself.
I would
Which
say
I like.
so.
Strange.
I think it ended up working for the best because
It did.
I didn't want to be a bully, but I was very well ready to be.
Well, I'm thankful for that. I feel rightly accepted on this show. I can be myself and push back for sure, but accepted.
Now, Brad, you were not here for this day, I don't believe. I think it was me, Kyle Wallace, and Alex Strofe who runs the show. Shout out to Chris Larson who got us off the ground. Alex Strofe has since then taken over. This was after an Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? This is what happened. I found out that John Adams in my family has lineage.
Oh, wow.
So cool.
Did John Adams own slaves?
I don't know.
So your family owns slaves?
shut up.
Wait a minute, you're bragging about your slave owner uncle?
What are you doing right now?
Listen,
This is some jargon that y'all got to get off the air.
It's not jargon off the air. What did you say? John Adams is your
I don't know the relation, but I was at a family party.
Did John Adams own slaves?
I was at a family.
Statista. Of the U.S. first 12 presidents, the only two never to own slaves were John Adams.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! That's my lineage! Hell yeah!
Look at your kinfolk.
John Adams!
Look at your uncle. Boy, oh
we
boy.
about equality!
I thought you were a slave owner.
I
uncle.
thought
Yeah.
I
You
was in the
nervous.
worst spot possible.
What a pivot from your tone.
No,
I mean, you were trying to do everything
No,
you can.
I knew. I knew Uncle John. I knew his history. You know.
He was fumbling and bumbling and stumbling over his words. He couldn't get it together. He was really upset. Like, come on, guys.
Greg in the 262 chimes in. Yeah, that tree thing, that was the beginning of the Newman era.
Rightfully so.
Nortman, known
that
as
ushered
Newman.
in.
And Newman, I think, represents the former NFL player, then become financial advisor, who has not bought blinds. I mean,
Still haven't.
my favorite story, if we're being honest here, Brad Nortman signed to the Carolina Panthers. His now wife, were you guys even engaged? I don't think you were engaged
We
at
weren't
the time.
engaged.
She was in
we
love.
weren't even engaged.
She moved her bottom to Charlotte to support her mans, and Brad had one car. Brad, as an NFL football player, had his girlfriend at the time drop him off to and from practice like he was a high school kid getting dropped off in a minivan to go to the Carolina Panthers facility.
It was 15 months where the two of us shared a car, where you're right. She would either drop me off at the facility and I would text her like a 15 minutes heads up. Hey, babe, I'm just gotten done with meetings. Can you come pick me up? And I would have her pick me up way in the back of the parking lot. I don't think anybody but JJ Jansen, the long snapper, knew that we were sharing a car.
Oh, he's a real one,
He's a
because if
real
I was
one.
your friend, I would be like, hey, y'all hear Brad's getting picked up?
Or the alternative is I would say, hey, babe, I'm taking the car today. You're going to have to walk. You're going to have to walk.
Pre-Uber.
Pre-Uber.
Pre-Lyft.
This is 2012. This is pre-Uber.
Brad,
this
you
is
were
taxi.
You got to be the only NFL player that was living like he was on a fixed income. Got to be the only one. Only one in NFL history living like that, Brad. Come on now.
Yeah, she earned it.
What, she earned what, the ring?
Well, yeah, she earned that too, but the other car. I waited until I made the team my second year to actually get a car. I waited until final cuts. I said, okay, fine. You earned it.
You know what I knew Brad was different? Is when Brad told us that he went to the airport and put oatmeal in a Ziploc bag
That's
and
right.
tried to take it through security. Now, I do some things. Listen, Brad, when you took check the wine from Napa, the Napa type wine that you bought in Milwaukee.
It was Napa wine, just bought here.
Yeah, exactly. That's something I would do. I would definitely do. I'm going to New Orleans next week, and best believe I'm putting something underneath the plane.
Oh, man.
But putting oatmeal in a bag, man, that is ratchet. That's
TSA
beyond
looked
ratchet.
at him and they were like, what is this? Because it looked like weed.
He called over another TSA agent just to ridicule me. That's what it was. I felt like I needed to
Not
say
to mention,
something.
he has ripped off Marcus Theaters by bringing in bagged salad and sugar-free candy.
That's right.
That is shameful.
And a seltzer water.
These are all Brad.
Brad, you live like you me.
Yeah, the richest guy on the panel lives like the poorest guy on the panel.
I'm telling you, though, there's an internal
So the
victory.
rich stay rich, Strofe.
It's true. There's an internal victory when you kind of game the system a little bit. You can't put a dollar value on that. Even if I could afford to buy,
What do you mean if? What do you mean if? If you can afford to buy blinds? If you can afford to buy snacks at the movie theater?
I know I can afford to buy it, but it just feels like I'm winning some other way. In a non-financial, well, certainly in a financial way, but I feel like I'm gaming the system. It feels good.
Must be nice to be able to live that way where you can afford something, but you say, I'd rather just game the system and have a little fun. Let me live like the poor.
Well, we appreciate all of you of KBN Nation at 800-990-3776, watching us on YouTube at ESPN Madison, at ESPN Milwaukee, listening back on podcast at Wisconsin On Demand, or watching back on YouTube. We appreciate every single one of you, and we're not stopping. More memories to be made. What I do want to move to is, I'm sure Strofe will have some surprises sprinkled in and out of the show today for the 1-year anniversary of Kyle Brust and Nortman.
I got bad news, though, Benny. I had a big surprise planned.
What was the big surprise?
It fell through the cracks.
Oh, can you share what fell through the cracks?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I was supposed to have a mariachi band walk in here at 2 o'clock.
Wait, what happened?
No way.
Come on!
How did it fall through?
It just ended up not working out, unfortunately.
Wait, what do you
You
mean?
spent too much money at Summerfest?
Maybe for 2 years. Yeah, the pocketbook was hurting a little bit. So what do you do?
Are you telling me that you had it lined up? You had a mariachi band in mind that you contacted?
My people were in contact with their people, and ultimately we couldn't come to an agreement in time. So it's.
What were they trying to charge you?
Wow, what could have been?
How much are we worth to you, Strofe?
Not enough, Kyle.
A lot is the answer.
More than $200, $300?
Oh yeah, double that.
Oh yeah, forget that.
Forget the mariachi band.
I'll mariachi off and down this room.
You could have just played some music. We wouldn't have known the difference. Neither would the fans.
Well, the fans might not have, but there would have been people surrounding you with instruments.
How many people?
It was a 6-piece band.
6-piece.
Oh yeah, they can't survive off $300. They need at least $150 a head.
Yeah, at least 100 each.
I'm glad you didn't make that fiscally irresponsible decision.
Oh, that would have been fiscally responsible, if I say so myself.
800-990-3776.
Be more like Brad.
3776. Now, if you do have anything you want to share with us that you enjoyed, keep them coming on the ESPN Wisconsin Talking text line. But I do want to get to the Green Bay Packers because somehow it's already Wednesday, and we're 3 shows of getting ready for an unknown of Malik Willis. We're going to hit on that next with you, KBN Nation. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
I said, baby, we got to do more sucking. And so I called the company. I said, listen, y'all put this thing in here. Y'all need to come on
ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wildy and Tausch.
Did you get nervous as a player, first of all, before matchups with Bruce Irvin or whatever it might have been?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
He's such a jerk, isn't he? He just can't help himself. He's got perfect kids. They eat all of their vegetables and everything else. And nothing, but Jason loves to throw pot shots whenever he can. Have you noticed that about him?
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a generator from Adams, Wisconsin's #1 rated Generac dealer. Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
Phones aren't wired to the wall anymore. We carry them in our pockets. Cars can even drive themselves, right? Technology advances have changed our lives.
That's football legend Emmitt Smith.
Some of the most fascinating advances are happening with the medical professionals at QC Kinetics. I'm talking about natural regenerative treatments for joint pain without surgery or harmful drugs.
Tens of thousands of patients have discovered these breakthroughs firsthand at QC Kinetics. With over 100 board-certified providers across the country, they're transforming the world of pain treatment using your body's own healing properties to help restore your aching joints.
Why would you keep going back to the old tired ways of treating chronic joint pain? Check out the latest advances at QC Kinetics. And here's an idea for you. You can call them on that smartphone right there in your pocket.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
There's a good chance you're on a budget. We all are. But she wants a diamond. You know it. I know it. And Robert Hack Diamonds knows it too, because they offer a huge collection of lab-grown diamonds, and they sell them at crazy prices. How about 2-carat total weight diamond studs for $8.95? Robert Hack Diamonds can get any size, shape, or clarity in natural or lab-grown diamonds. Don't buy until you call Robert Hack Diamonds. $8.95 for a 2-carat pair of diamond studs. Oh, baby! Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield and in Brookfield. Why overspend when you can save at Robert Hack Diamonds for the same diamond you're looking for? Some jewelers are charging nearly $5,000 for a lab-grown diamond. Not Robert Hack. Your visit will be worth it, and she'll think so too. Robert Hack also offers repair services and cash for your old gold. But remember, before you do anything, as I did, RobertHackDiamonds.com, and visit them in Brookfield or in Greenfield.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. I have a question for you business owners. Does your CPA help you plan for your future or just tell you how you did? We just helped a manufacturing client triple their space by working with a bank we know. Their bank wouldn't help, so we contacted a banker we work with who said yes, with very favorable terms. We are also working with a Milwaukee area restaurant to pass ownership between generations and expand the restaurant. They will be able to add more tables and update their equipment using a combination of bank and government financing, again, on favorable terms. When their bank said no, we found one who said yes. This is what we do at the Neal Group. We are advocates and partners with our clients to help them grow, not just record history. What about you? Do you want to grow your business, improve cash flow, have less stress, and live a better life? We can help. Visit nealgroup.net to book a meeting to tell us your story and see if we can help. The first meeting is free. Don't wait. Do it now. That's nealgroup.net.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I was talking to the TV saying Anders
but also
knock this down and make Ben sound stupid.
We're on. Oh my gosh! I'm so glad that you're thinking about me sounding stupid when Anders Carlson is kicking.
I was talking to the TV and I said, Andy gonna make this. Can't wait to Ben see that. And he nailed it. Perfect.
Rent-free in Kyle's head is Brad Nortman and Ben Brust as we are in the 1-year anniversary of Kyle Brust and Nortman. 800-990-3776. Sadler and Madison chimes in. I love the time that Ben and Brad plunged into Lake Michigan and Kyle did not go underwater.
Come on now, Sadler. Why are we bringing that hate? I was underwater. My head, I just didn't put my head in. That was a smart move.
Chef Ed, happy anniversary. I've not missed a single show. Angry sometimes, but won't stop listening.
Oh, hey, Chef Ed, good to hear from you.
I'm angry mostly because of Kyle, for the record.
No, I don't think it's me. He's mad at you.
Maybe I'm the problem.
That's my guy.
Maybe I'm the problem. It's you, Kyle. It's you. Keep them coming in at 800-990-3776. I do want to ask all of KBN Nation and the great panel of the show. Maybe the Yaukmeister and ESPN Madison's running the show. We'll find out. But if the Packers do start 0-3, and I hate even throwing this scenario out there, but again, it's a very, very real possibility with Malik Willis at quarterback. If the Packers start 0-3, will they make the playoffs? Not can they. Of course they can, but will they make the playoffs? What say you, Bradley Nortman?
So as I look at my handy-dandy matrix of what your record is.
Finance nerd coming out.
That's right. Oh, I just love research. Research and numbers. Let's go, baby. So I found a research project from NFL Operations. It has the shield on it, so you know I trust it. It says what your record is and what your likelihood is of make the playoffs with a 17-game schedule and 7 playoff teams making it in each conference. Now, for reference, when they were 2-5 last year, likelihood of making the playoffs, 5%. 5% of any given 2-5 team to make the playoffs.
Oh, wow. It was 5% at 2-5 last year? I thought it was in the teens.
Well, so this is all historic data. It was teens because of last year's strength of schedule, specifically for the Green Bay Packers and specifically for other teams on what it looks like to make the wild card. So it can shift based on what the current situation of any given season looks like. This is just aggregate data. 5%. If you're 0-3, 6%. Slightly better than 2-5. 0-3. Here's what my take is. They will make the playoffs if they're 0-3. If they're 0-4, they will not make the playoffs. I just think 0-4 is too much of a hurdle to get over. You basically need to go you need to win, what is that? 10-5 or something like that. 10 and how many games is that? My math is off.
Yeah, 10-5 would get you to 10-7, 17 games.
Yeah, I mean, so you need to do something that looks like it's going to be way too challenging given the rest of their schedule. If they're 0-3, I still believe Jordan Love can be who he was at the end of the season.
I didn't say can. I said, will they make the playoffs?
They will make the playoffs if they're 0-3. But this is why Jordan Love needs to come back in 2 weeks if they haven't won these next 2 games with Malik Willis. 0-4 is too much to overcome. It's too much to overcome. When it looks at the percentages of it, it goes down to 3% chance. 3% chance if you are 0-4. That is too far. 0-3, they will make it. 0-4, they will not.
Early in the poll on Twitter at KBN, ESPN, if the Packers start the season 0-3, will they make the playoffs? Very, very early. 57% say yes, 43% say no. We'll see as the meat of the votes come in how that shifts.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it'll be quite the mountain for the Green Bay Packers to climb if they do start 0-3 in this football season, but I believe the Packers have what it takes in order to climb this mountain. The disappointing thing, if they are 0-3, that means they fell to a team like the Titans, which before this year, you felt like that was a very, very winnable game. And then on top of that, you fall to a team like the Colts who, you think if Jordan Love is healthy, you have the advantage in that football game. But I don't want you to believe that we can't make the playoffs if that happens and we fall 0-3. The only thing that we lose by the Green Bay Packers starting off 0-3 is we will not win the division. The division is absolutely out the picture. But knowing that 9 wins is probably going to get you into the NFL playoffs, I truly believe the Green Bay Packers can finish the football season going 9-5 in order to get themselves into the playoffs. I truly and wholeheartedly believe that because what we saw from this football team last year, this is a brand new year. We should be a year more advanced, a year more experienced. I think this football team can replicate and actually outdo what they did the previous season, where they started off 3-6 and they went on to finish the season 6-2 on the season.
Dave from Aaron chimes in. Mousegate at Benny's house was definitely a good memory.
Y'all get rid of mice?
Well, it was just the one time that there was a dead mouse that the dogs brought into the house, and I was on FaceTime, and I was about to say, all right, now take the shovel with the mouse and go put it in the garbage, and she threw it into my neighbor's yard.
I don't think we talked about this on air. When we did the show at Ben's house.
And for context, we are still asking you if the Packers go 0-3, will they make the playoffs? But it is the 1-year anniversary of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, so if you have memories, we are going to derail a little bit at times, but this is worth the story because Brad Nortman is an idiot.
No awareness right here. So we did the show from Ben's backyard last Friday, right when we buried the time capsule for the Green Bay Packers season. And it's me, Ben, and Tony Carthanger, our executive producer, and Kyle isn't there yet. And you hear some rustling, you hear some wood cut in the backyard on Ben's neighbor. I don't even think about it. I say, hey, Ben, which yard did you throw the rat in?
Out loud. My neighbor's right there working.
This is news to
we
me.
Lost it. We couldn't speak for 5 minutes, and we were trying to laugh but not laugh loud. Because I'm like, I didn't because we had the discussion. We had the discussion on the air if I should go to his house, knock on the door, and say something. And I was like, I'm the man of the house. I'll go say something. I didn't say nothing. And Brad's put me on blast with the guy right there. And he lended us the shovel.
That was a good neighbor.
Yeah,
he's a great neighbor. I really like this neighbor.
Yeah, but you throw rats in his yard. That's disrespectful.
Very. Very, very, very. And as the votes keep coming in, it is shifted to no pretty quickly here. We do have some people, as Caleb chimes in, I don't see that happening. Colts and Titans are still beatable for them, even without Love. At worst, they'd start 1-2, beating at least the Titans, but I think even 2-1 is legitimate. I understand that, right? I understand the Kyle Wallace optimism, but in this scenario, we have to work under the assumption that it is possible with Malik Willis that this team does not win the next 2 games.
Yeah.
And so
they're going to be underdogs next 2 games, I would think.
I think they are underdogs.
They're going to Tennessee, so that's possible.
They are underdogs. I think it'll be close to a pick'em probably. Like it's a toss-up. Will Levis against a Packers team on the road. I almost wouldn't be surprised if the Packers were a small favorite, if I'm being honest.
More Packers fans
just because the team is better than the Titans. I mean, they were really, 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 really bad to blow the 17-0 lead against the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, so if you're telling me, here's another way to take an angle at this. Packers will likely be an underdog the next 2 games. It'll be hard for Malik Willis to win one of the games, right? It just is. You have a backup quarterback. It's just going to be hard to do it against other starting quarterbacks. So you're telling me if they're 0-3 and the Packers will not make the playoffs, that the season hangs in the balance on the arm of Malik Willis to win a game over the next 2 weeks? I just do not see that.
It's extreme to think. And anybody on our poll who is voting no, the Packers won't make the playoffs, it's ridiculous. You're overreacting.
It's not extreme because I didn't have a chance to even say yes or no, and I'll say no.
It is extreme.
The answer is no because of this. You mentioned the division's done.
Come on, tell me, Mr. Lake.
But right now, 0-1 after... You know what? I'll declare right now. If they do start 0-3,
I ain't jumping in
if they start 0, the big if is if they do start 0-3 and make the playoffs, I'll go back in Lake Michigan.
No, wait, say it. Who will go back?
My co-hosts and I.
He talking about you, Brad. Go ahead. Go.
I'm good.
No, I said it. I see our social media correspondent, Maddie, is timestamping this.
Don't timestamp it. I'm telling you this right now. What did they find in there? Listeria? What was found in there? Some bacteria was found in Lake Michigan, Brad? Brain-eating bacteria?
Something that prevented. They closed the beach. They closed the beach because of the whatever they found in there.
And y'all talking about dip your head.
We did dip our head in, though. Kyle, I think you still owe us a submersion.
I owe you absolutely nothing.
Yep. So because I don't believe, and the reason why I don't believe if they are 0-3 that they make the playoffs is because you still have 6 divisional games that you'd have to play. And whether you believe the Bears suck or not, if the Vikings suck or not, like division games are never easy.
They can go 4-2 in division games. 5-1.
You're looking at 9-5. 9-5 is a lot less room for error than you believe.
You guys know listeria is found in meats, right?
But you cook that out, right?
Yeah, but it's not in lakes, like you was just saying.
Kyle's just making stuff up for more reasons not to jump in.
I know listeria is something you don't want to be messing with, so I just said it was in the lake. I don't know what's in lake.
There's a lot of things you shouldn't be messing with.
It's in mammals. It's not in water.
Well, thank you for educating me, Stroll.
Diana McGuanago, Kyle's #1 fan, chimes in. Happy anniversary, boys, even if Ben is a hater.
Ben, you need to stop being a freaking hater.
That's it. McGuanago. It's a dynamite drop. And we have had Alex Drove join us, and since he's joined us, we've had the greatest segment on radio. It's next!
Becoming relevant with Alex Drove is always good.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'm about being young, wild, and free.
No, you're not.
You're
not young, wild, and free.
Yeah, I am young.
You're not that.
I am
Every
wild.
time I ask you to do something, I check with a girlfriend.
Wait, why are you taking why you going personal? Why you gotta talk about business? I can still be free with a lady.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Looking for that ultimate game day hangout during football season? Welcome to Magoo's on the Mound. Now open at 11 a.m. Tuesday through Sunday. With 13 TVs, you won't miss a moment of the action. Enjoy our free 100-square pool with amazing prizes and a complimentary halftime buffet. Plus, we've got great drink specials to keep you cheering. And don't forget, we offer shuttles to and from all Milwaukee baseball games. Magoo's on the Mound, where green and gold fans gather and where every game day is a win.
$1 million. That's big, really big. This September, Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is handing out a cool $1 million, and you've got a shot at winning your share. The big $1 million giveaway is here. Just play with your rewards card and you're entered to win. Couldn't be easier and couldn't be bigger. No wonder it's called the Big One. For more details, visit paysbig.com/big one. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Walsh for Universal Windows Direct. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Call 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And remember, football season is here and cooler temps are on the way, so do not wait. For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free plus 0% financing for 60 months. That is 5 years. Restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and summer is here. But if you want your parking lots and asphalt to be ready for winter, you have to remember the 3 R's from Johnson & Sons Paving. Reseal every 2 to 3 years. Repair when you see signs of cracking or potholes. And replace if there's constant standing water, buckling, or sinking. Don't scare customers or tenants away because of a bad parking lot. Connect with Johnson & Sons today before minor repairs end up being huge headaches. Schedule an appointment at johnsonsonspaving.com.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff. We like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated and uncompromising. Like an award-winning men's grooming experience from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue, just south of Putes Road. Open 7 days a week, even Sundays. Walk in anytime, and before you know it, our talented stylist will bring you back to a simpler time. A time when you were handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde. Our family loves when Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles arrives at our home. And now football season has arrived. So try the green and gold Kringle. Traditional pecan Kringle and cheesecake Kringle topped with green and gold sprinkles. A crowd pleaser at any game day party. Order today at Kringle.com or 1-800-4DANISH. Easy to remember. Kringle.com or 1-800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles. Not just a treat, it's a tradition. And the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. Hop in or hop online at uwcu.org to join.
With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. The good news, Wisconsin is 2-0 for the first time since 2020. The bad news, there still seems to be a lot of work to do with Alabama coming to Camp Randall Stadium this weekend. Head coach Luke Fickell after Saturday's win over South Dakota on what lies ahead this week.
Top team in college football in the last 20 years. I mean, you'll be challenged in a completely different way. We know darn well what's walking in here, and we had enough work to be able to, make sure we were on the right page and finding ways to win the first couple games, but it'll be a heck of a week for us.
Get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Offer on September 30th, so visit PellaWI.com today.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It is the 1-year anniversary of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. David chimes in with something I can't read in the beginning, but he says, just kidding. You guys have the best show on ESPN. I can't wait for 3 weeks from now when Ben has a losing record on Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Ooh, struggling.
On notice.
Dwayne and Sheboygan chimes in. My favorite memory was the reunion of Scalzo and Brust to prove there is a certain intimidation factor that goes into Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Love that we are all now laughing during that segment again.
Remember you got slapped on air?
Yeah, that was for fundraising.
I know, but
we got to get a Brazilian wax.
I'm waiting for you. I'm ready to do it. I'm waiting for you. Want me to get it scheduled?
Yeah, schedule it. I'll get waxed.
Very eager.
I'm going to Arizona in November if you want me to be feeling fresh down there.
November? No, we got to do it before that. I hope we don't go to Arizona the same weekend I'm going somewhere.
I think we all are gone that week.
Time now for everyone's favorite segment.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Before we get to this, I just want to, I had David's text ready to go, Benny. You should have thrown to it. Here's 10 seconds, a look into the intimidation factor.
1. Which artist painted The Starry Night in 1889?
Mona Lisa.
What are the primary colors of light?
Mona Lisa is a painting. Just a subtle reminder here on
Thank
the
you, Alex Strofe.
anniversary. All right, let's start here, fellas. One of my favorite bands, Foo Fighters. You guys familiar?
I love Foo Fighters.
I heard of the Foo Fighters.
Hey, Ben, I've only asked you this 6 times. Who's the lead singer of Foo Fighters?
Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, wow. I love Johnny Knoxville.
No, it's Dave Grohl who released a statement yesterday saying, yep, I'm the father to a new baby outside of my marriage.
Oh, life is beautiful.
Dave Grohl announcing, he's got a newborn with somebody that's not his wife.
How old is he?
He is 55.
Woo!
Dang. So, Kyle, I want to start with you because I figured you'd get a kick out of this. He is not divorced. He's married.
No, it's terrible.
Well, he'll likely be getting divorced, but nonetheless.
You never know that.
He has a baby outside of his marriage and released a statement to get ahead of it. Good move or bad move by the front man of the Foo Fighters?
Oh, great move, because you know what? Because next thing you know, he's going to end up like Jerry Jones and having to go through court and people trying to drag him and ask him for money. Just say, you know what? I messed up. She was walking around. I saw her out. I did something I wasn't supposed to do. I apologize to my loved one, and that's my baby. I'm the pappy.
I'm the pappy.
I'm the pappy.
Good move or bad move, Benny?
I don't think it matters. To be completely honest, there's no good move or bad move.
I think it kind of matters.
It's survival. You do whatever you think is best in your situation.
Yeah, it's. I actually did read this because I'm a Foo Fighters fan.
Were you
he's
devastated?
been married for 21 years, has 3 other daughters.
Damn!
Like
See the situation thing.
I know. So it's tragic.
He
it's
out
really
here in
tragic.
these streets.
Yeah,
Scumbag.
The only, I guess, I was gonna say the only getting out in front of that it matters, I think, because this is with his wife and his other daughters, but now I guess he's got another kid to take. It's just a mess.
The only bad, there's a lot of bad things about this for the family, but who wants to be 55 raising a newborn? That seems awful. Just terrible.
That does seem brutal. I'm sure the sleepless nights are not the same being 55 years old. I mean, could you imagine, Ben, you're the only one on this crew that has a newborn that's experienced that. Could you imagine doing that at age 55?
Hell no!
And then now outside the house too. Now you got to cash out. You got to pay her child support.
The worst part, my 401k is for me, not for the baby.
Not in his case.
Woof. Today, National Make Your Bed Day. How often do each of you make your bed? And this does not mean your significant other.
Never.
How often do you make your bed?
Never.
So she recently told me, my fiance, that it's very important to her. It helps her operate like I'm sure Brad can understand this.
More like Brad.
Like she needs a clean environment to function. I went through a really good phase of a week of making the bed, and I lost the trend.
Every day.
Stupid.
Lexi's been out of town. Still make the bed every morning.
Stupid.
Really?
It's stupid. It's a waste of time.
Not only that,
you just undo it.
Is that the first thing you do?
Yeah, I do it before I leave the bedroom.
That's stupid. It's a waste
Wake
of time.
up, brush my teeth, change my clothes, make the bed, get coffee.
It's a waste of time.
What a way to start the
day. So doing that does what for you?
There is no better feeling. First of all, you start off with a win, a productive.
There's
step
no
in the
better
right direction.
feeling.
I woke up today.
No, there's no better feeling. I was gonna
That's
say,
the best feeling you get in bed, huh?
Is Brad's favorite moment of the bed is making the bed.
I was gonna say,
Lexi, move.
Banger.
There's almost no better feeling
That sounds better.
than getting into a freshly tight-made bed. Almost no better feeling.
Rarely. I don't even know.
So when you walk into your bedroom, you kind of come and go throughout your bedroom to get stuff or whatever. Yeah. You just see a sloppily made bed.
I see a perfect opportunity for when I come to bed to just get right in and then just get whatever I need done.
Cozy up, cover up.
Because here's what I do every single night. She's usually in bed before me. I come upstairs, and then what I do is there's a comforter. I have to move that all the way on her side and fold it up. And then I got to, I don't like the top sheet. I just sleep with the comforter. So then I got to move the top sheet, and then I just have the comforter. So I literally have to do more labor. Yes, manual labor. I have to do manual labor to go to bed.
Can I tell you another thing that I did that maybe ups the ante?
Hey.
So we have throw blankets on our couch.
Hey.
These big old blankets, right? So like last night, I watched the debate, of course. And I got in the corner. I put the blanket on, relaxing, watching, entertaining. And then I folded up the blanket, nice and tight, fluffed the pillows, fluffed the couch cushions, made it so it just looked like I never sat in it.
Well, that's public space, right? Other people can
so it's okay to do the couch,
yeah,
but not your bed?
My bedroom is my personal space. How I have my bedroom is between me and mines.
Brad, you're so polarizing. Tony chimes in. Brad is such a nerd. K-Walk chimes in. I'm with Brad 100% on this one. Even if you don't do anything else the rest of the day, as long as you made the bed right away, it's a win.
100%.
No,
Start with a win.
A waste of time. I will say this, though. Is anytime you do freshly make a bed or the sheets are out the dryer, or excuse me, the dryer, it is very cozy when it's tight.
Clean sheets.
That's the best.
It feels good. I
Clean
admit that.
sheets.
I am the king of putting the fitted sheets on. I will make sure there's no crease, no wrinkle. Those things are going to be tight as ever.
This looks like something that he would tell his teacher, Miss O'Kelly, writing the book. I'm really good at taking clean sheets and putting them on a bed.
Oh, no, you still have my third grade report card. By the way, I got to bring in the 11-year-old biography.
Oh, it was
I went over that with
compelling.
Brad at my house on Friday, and then my dad and stepmom came over on Sunday, and even they were like, you were different.
It's outrageous. It is absolutely outrageous.
11?
Yeah. 11-year-old biography is oof.
You can't make it up.
It's honestly written like I'm in my third grade report card with Alex Strofe.
That's why they took you to the gym so much. They said, listen, he ain't going to be able to make it with the school thing.
Forget friends.
This
forget
kid
school.
Got accepted into Stanford.
Yeah, I mean, that shows you that schools only care about sports and not about academics.
Revenue is king.
Yeah.
Capitalist, baby.
Benny is the king of never being good enough. At the end of third grade, I've come a long way. When I look back to the beginning of the year, I can see what I've improved on. Ben writes, spelling, reading with an exclamation point, math, stuff in gym, and reading out loud. The next part of the prompt.
Stuff in gym.
As I look into the future, I can see what my goals are for fourth grade. To still improve reading and spelling and math.
And as a 32-year-old turning 33 in less than a month, I'm still looking to improve my reading, spelling, and math.
I'm concerned for when I have children because I'm going to tell you this right now. If my kid come home with this type of book binder, we're going to have a whole family meeting about this. I'm going to say, listen, I've seen this before, and it ends up like this. And I can't have this.
It's a cautionary tale.
It is. Listen, you are a walking miracle. You are a walking miracle. To know that you went from that only 25 years ago to this, my goodness, Ben. You got a degree from Madison. You know how to wash your own clothes because you wear that same shirt every week. My God. And put a fitted sheet on.
Brad, who's been a part of the journey the last years, had, for good times and bad, something to go to on that couch with his throw blanket.
The go-to last night, every night, it is carbless, baby. I mean, I'll tell you what. This weekend, I'm going to Nortman Fridge. No surprise, I'm grabbing carbless. Whenever I'm looking to kick back, relax, throw my feet up, hang out on that couch, I'm grabbing a carbless. Carbless has something that I'm looking for in every capacity. First of all, it's a guilt-free existence. I mean, this morning, you can probably tell from our YouTube stream, I got an upper body pump on. I feel pretty good, but that can be thrown away if you have the wrong beverage, right? Not with carbless, though. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten, 100 calories per can, and less carbonation, leading to less bloat. Whenever I talked to Adam, the owner, he said, you know what? I wanted to make it just like how they make it in a bar. Just the right amount of carbonation, but not so much to give you that bloat. Well, they nailed it. Made right here in Wisconsin, and there is a flavor for everyone. The fruit flavors like cranberry, black cherry, lemon lime, classic cocktails like Paloma and Moscow Mule, and, of course, the margarita 4-pack is delicious for the summertime. I actually went to a big discount retailer last night. No free ads here. I got myself 2 big cases of carbless.
Oh, wow.
So
Powerful.
Set for fall, at least how long that lasts for. Less is more with carbless. Find them online and at retailers near you.
Rob Demovsky, who will be joining us at 3:30, just put out a tweet about Matt LaFleur commenting on Jordan Love. I want to hit on that next with you, KBN Nation. Don't go anywhere.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You said they are a reflection of their head coach.
Yes, he's soft, as he proved with you by signing that damn jersey you had on. You think Campbell would have signed that jersey?
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Quarterback uncertainty, but the home opener is here. Hey, it's Alex Stroh from ESPN Wisconsin. Join me, Gabe Neitzel, Super Bowl champ Jarrett Bush for Green Bay Game Day beginning at 9 a.m. this Sunday, live outside of Lambeau Field as we get ready for Green Bay's home opener against Indianapolis.
Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, Sunday starting at 9 a.m. Live from the Tundra Trio outside Lambeau Field, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
What up, KBN Nation? I want you to join us this Thursday as we broadcast Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from the brand new Raising Cane's in Brookfield. Stop by and grab your favorite Raising Cane's box combo with their hand-battered chicken fingers, crispy Kringle cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and tangy cane sauce, all made fresh every day. While you're there, learn how Cane's supports local teams, schools, and events. Visit Cane'sInCommunity.com for more info. Don't miss KBN live this Thursday at Raising Cane's in Brookfield, serving the community one box at a time.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. It's racing season at the legendary Great Lakes Dragaway, and our schedule of events is ready. We've still got our yearly holiday weekend races like Labor Day weekend, plus Nitrous Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, and Night of Fire. You can also book corporate and private events. Take advantage of our season-long passes and even schedule a time to take your car down the legendary quarter mile. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for pricing and info. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
Wake up! It's time to find your sleep oasis at IKEA. Without a great night's sleep, you can't be your best every day. IKEA has everything you need to create your perfect sleep solution. From stylish beds and mattresses to essential storage, IKEA will quickly have you in a deep sense of relaxation. Get organized with IKEA's bins, baskets, and under-bed storage for a clutter-free room. Finish off your oasis with dressers, wardrobes, and nightstands. Discover your bedroom inspiration and solutions at IKEA Oak Creek today or IKEA.com/US.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The Milwaukee Brewers capped off a rough stretch of games with a 4-1 loss to the Colorado Rockies on Sunday. The Crew were 2-4 on the week, losing both series to the Cardinals and Rockies. Despite the rough stretch, the Brewers remain 9 games ahead of the Chicago Cubs in the National League Central and just 3 games back of the Phillies for second place in the National League and a first-round bye. The team's magic number to clinch a playoff spot sits at 10 with 19 games left. Pat Murphy and his Brewers will look to get back to their winning ways this week on a West Coast road trip, starting in San Francisco against the Giants and ending against the Diamondbacks.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Frank Daniels, our Madison Goldsmith, has an idea.
Bring him in.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Sarah. Hi, Monica.
It's great to see you, Frank. What's your idea?
It's a new company policy.
Let's hear it.
You know the world-famous Kessler's warranty?
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple. Even if you lose a diamond, including the center stone, we'll replace it. All maintenance is free forever. Yes, it really is that miraculous.
Every time I hear that warranty, it blows my mind.
I propose we have a jewelry cleaning policy that's as amazing as that warranty.
What would it say?
Bring us your jewelry and we will professionally clean it. While you wait, for free. You can come in as often as you want, and we don't care where you bought your jewelry. The only thing that matters is that you want it to look amazing again. We want that too.
I vote yes.
I vote yes. I vote yes. The motion carries.
Congratulations, Frank. Your idea is now company policy.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All right, KBN Nation, you be the judge. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here. Alex Strofe on the show. Riley Yauk, the Yaukmeister in ESPN Madison.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah. Let's test it. Who we got back there? Because last time there was nobody there.
Hopefully standing there.
Hey, guys, it's the Yaukmeister. How's it going?
That is Ryan Wollersheim.
That was pretty good.
At least he was there today.
Yeah, at least someone's there.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What do you guys mammoth?
The woolly mammoth himself. The big bad woolly. Now, what I want to ask all of you is, do you see some mind games in here, or do you see some optimism here? You be the judge. Rob Domofsky on Twitter X. On Monday, Matt LaFleur left the door open that Jordan Love could play Sunday against the Colts. He didn't close that door today, saying, I'd say it's pretty open. He also continues on and says, Rob Domofsky here, that said, Love has not been cleared, and LaFleur could just be trying to keep everyone guessing. What say you guys?
Guessing? Anybody guessing? Listen, I can tell you this right now. The Green Bay Packers getting ready for the Indianapolis Colts. That offense knows there's going to be Malik Willis. And on the other side, the Indianapolis Colts, they not prepping for Jordan Love. They not prepping for him. We all saw what happened to that knee. And they understand that the Green Bay Packers just made him one of the highest players in NFL history up into the fact that Dak Prescott got signed. They are not going to risk somebody whose knee literally went pop like that all of less than a week ago. Ain't happening.
The way you said pop like that was very jarring.
Yeah, and also it didn't pop, it shifted.
Ooh.
Well, from
just hearing that was
from
shivers.
my perspective, I should say, the imagery that we saw, it looked like it
And like I said, I talked to a physical therapist who specializes in sports rehab.
And they told you,
he told me what happened, and the best thing I remembered from it is it shifted, even though it did look really, really bad.
Okay, it shifted.
did look bad.
If the physical therapist said it, then it's true.
Yeah, and you know, there's just no way. There's no way. They'd be foolish to do it. There's no way he'll be 100%. There's no way that he'll be mobile enough to protect himself. So listen, this is why you have what we hope is a capable backup QB. If anything, this says that maybe, just maybe, there's a chance this is just one game.
Well,
like that would be utterly incredible if he's back next game.
Do we even want
give it
that?
a game?
I mean,
it depends.
No.
I hear you. The answer is obviously yes, but there's a lot of qualifiers to that yes.
No,
because you don't know, right? What if he clears all medical testing?
And what if Malik Willis stinks?
Forget the Malik Willis thing, because I think the Packers are smart enough to know if Malik Willis stinks or Sean Clifford stinks or whoever the backup is stinks, you can't risk your investment.
In week 3, you can't risk your investment. If your quarterback can't drop back and sit there and make a quick movement, make a cut, avoid contact, as Brad was just talking about, and he has to hesitate for a second to protect his knee.
We saw Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers, the Achilles brothers, kind of look like they were favoring and not able to be their true selves.
That looked rough, too.
I didn't
really
see Kirk, but Aaron.
Kirk was worse than Aaron.
Did you see they took 96% of snaps from shotgun or pistol? The Falcons? Basically saying that they can't take a snap under center and back up.
He's not
Think
ready
about
yet.
that.
I mean,
that's crippling.
It happened halfway through the season.
Literally crippling.
And so this Jordan Love has too much importance for your season and this football team for you to sacrifice potentially him getting out there and being hurt and missing more time. This was the perfect time for this to happen. It's early in the season where your offense is still trying to find a rhythm. Your defense is still trying to build themselves up. Other teams are still trying to find a rhythm. This is the moment where you want to have your quarterback out if you had to choose it versus it being later in the season. Be cautious when it comes to his return. I would sacrifice being 0-3 for a healthy Jordan Love for the rest of the year.
So why is Matt LaFleur doing this? If he knows he's not playing, why doesn't he just say, look, we're moving ahead with Malik Willis and
apparently,
we trust in him?
In his mind, he believes he's tricking the Indianapolis Colts, but I don't think he is. Right? Because anyone with a brain would say, watching him walk off, him not being cleared or on the field on a Wednesday,
right?
What are we doing here? Right? Like, what are we doing here? Like, there's no possible way. And I listened to Jason Wilde, Mark Tauscher, Brian Balaga. They were all together on Wilde and Tausch. And Jason talked about how, yes, Mark Tauscher, Brian Balaga, you guys are offensive linemen. With all due respect, you're not a quarterback. And the quarterback is someone that's invested way more in terms of dollars for the future and for now, that you have to protect him. You have to protect players from themselves, and that's why there's protocols in place. That he's definitely not playing this week, but again, Matt LaFleur's not closing the door, so I can't say that 100% certainty.
If anything, I don't like the fact that Matt LaFleur is playing this game, because I do think it's gamesmanship. It's a little bit of trying to misdirect.
Because he's got to, though. Even if it's stupid, he's got to.
But don't you think that is a kind of a vote of no confidence in Malik Willis, saying that he needs to go to this length in order to set the Colts off their scent, in order to disrupt their game planning?
To me, it would be like showing the value of what Jordan Love is, and saying like, hey, like if there's a chance and he can go, Colts, you better be ready. But whether it works or not, I get what he's doing. I don't think it's going to work, but I think he's doing the right thing. Whether it's going to provide value or not in the game, we'll see.
If he gets the Colts, right, if he gets their defense to do any type of preparation for Jordan Love, which takes away preparation from Malik Willis, that is an actual advantage because you only have so much time in practice. You only have so many reps that you're going to get and looks you're going to get. If they are spending any time getting looks with the guy talking about what a Jordan Love quarterback's going to look like, they're wasting their time.
Well, I'd like everyone to know where they can come see us tomorrow out and about in the Wisconsin area. Kyle Wallace is going to tell us where we're going to be.
Oh, yes, I cannot wait. We'll be in Brad's old stomping grounds again as we will be broadcasting live tomorrow, this Thursday, at the brand new Raising Cane's in Brookfield. I saw that long line. I can't wait to be part of it. So we love partnering with businesses that care about our community, and Raising Cane's is one of the best. They're not just known for their delicious box combo. They're committed to supporting local teams, groups, organizations right here in Brookfield, Wisconsin. And want to know how they can help your next event? Head to canesandcommunity.com for all the details. Join us tomorrow, 2 to 5, as we will be broadcasting KBN live from Raising Cane's. Come and get you a nice old box combo. I cannot wait to eat Raising Cane's tomorrow.
We're back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Time is running out on the Brewers regular season. Hurry up and catch the crew battle the Diamondbacks September 20th through the 22nd for College Night and a Brewers Puppy Vest giveaway on the 21st. Get your seats now at brewers.com/tickets.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
Jordan Love sustained a knee injury near the end of the Packers' season-opening loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in Brazil. Tests revealed that the Packers quarterback suffered a sprained MCL, and NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reported over the weekend that Love will miss a few weeks of action.
It is an MCL sprain between grade 1 and grade 2. Probably knocks him out. My understanding is about 3 weeks. Could he beat it? Certainly he could.
The Packers welcome the 0-1 Indianapolis Colts to Lambeau Field Sunday for their home opener. Kickoff is at noon.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Are you looking for a reliable ride? I've got you covered. It's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta. I use AccuTrans Group for my private transportation needs during the college football season. AccuTrans is a veteran-owned business dedicated to providing unmatched corporate, personal, and event-related transportation that you will use again and again. From corporate travel and weddings to group events, AccuTrans Group caters to every occasion. Booking is easy, safe, and dependable. Visit AccuTransGroup.com to get a quote or to book a reservation today for reliable and safe transportation.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the Earth needs a good lawyer.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
If the Green Bay Packers start the season 0-3, will they make the playoffs? 33% say yes. Now 67% say no. Keep your responses coming at 800-990-3776. And chime in on Twitter at KBN ESPN. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman. Alex Strofe running the show in some version of Riley Yauk, and Ryan Wollersheim's running the show in Madison. Speaking of Madison, it's a big weekend there. Kind of. It's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of people excited for the atmosphere. The Wisconsin Badgers take on the Alabama Crimson Tide. And I want to know, is it more likely that they're competitive or lose by 20 plus? Because part of me is still holding on to hope for some stupid reason, and this is my version of fan brain. My version of fan brain is telling me every single person I talk to or have a conversation with is asking, "Are you going to be in Madison this weekend? It's going to be great. This, that." I think they're going to get killed. They're going to get rolled over. So I want to know: is there any way that this game is competitive, or do they lose by 20 plus? 800-990-3776. Brad Nortman, former Badger punter. What say you?
It pains me to say, because Wisconsin Badgers, they're my primary rooting interest, right? I mean, playing in the NFL, I'm not as much of a Packer fan anymore and all that kind of stuff. So they're my primary rooting interest, man. I don't see a way that they're competitive. I don't. I think they're going to get blown out by 20 or more points. It's been the last time an SEC team played at Camp Randall was 1971.
Ooh, they were scared. They were scared.
Isn't that crazy? The brand of football that
played LSU in Lambeau, but not Camp Randall.
Right. So in Camp Randall. So the brand of football that the SEC plays, particularly Alabama, which is probably the most dominant dynasty in college football the last 15 years. Now, they're not the Nick Saban Alabama teams through like the 2010s. But this team is still full of 4- and 5-star recruits. They're the number 4 team in the country. Jalen Milroe, I believe, was a Heisman finalist last year. Here's the other thing. the Badgers stink in the trenches. Offensive line, defensive line, and Bama is excellent in there. So I just don't see a way that they contend. I think this is going to be, even Coach Fickell is saying this, right? He's saying, I'm excited to see how we measure up. He's not saying, I can't wait. I can't wait to bring Bama in here and show them how we play Wisconsin football. Nothing. He said, I can't wait to see how we measure up. It's going to be a great environment. That already says to me that the head coach even has doubts as to whether they can hang with him.
Well, you're big with messaging because before the Philadelphia game, you did point out whether it was a better job by the PR department teaching Matt LaFleur, hey, make it seem like everything's good about this trip and you're excited for it. It was a better feel than it was when they went to London. For
sure.
And again, despite Jordan Love, it was a tough game, right? It was a close, tough game that they missed opportunities on, but it wasn't as egregious as they losing the, I think, 20-3 lead at halftime in London. Yeah. So I think that is interesting from Brad because I don't like that at all. I don't like the message that sends to fans, to players, to anybody who is looking forward to this game, because Justin and Greendale right now, they get their door blown off by Bama. And that's all I keep hearing and seeing. And we have the poll up on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Is it more likely the Badgers making competitive or lose by 20-plus points to Alabama? You did the same sigh as Brad.
It pains me, right? Even hearing what goodness gracious, forgot his name. Luke Fickell was talking about with that pains me, how the mighty have fallen in our minds, right? Like, we're so used to when they did play LSU, the opportunity to potentially knock off a team versus trying to gauge where we're at, right? How we line up, how the mighty have fallen here. And I unfortunately, I want to say we can keep it within 20, but I understand that what Alabama can do is they have a quarterback that can be mobile. He can move, a threat on the goal line, and then on top of that, they have really good running backs, 2 good running backs. And as you said, if we allow a Western Michigan and we allow a South Dakota to have guys who can run for 70, 100 yards on the ground against us, you know what Alabama's going to have? Easy over 200 yards.
Alabama's, you said the biggest thing, and it's very, we used to do a show on ESPN Madison called In the Trenches with Tarek Saleh and Derek Engler, now the Great Dane Huddle. The trenches that you mentioned, I'm watching South Dakota move us around. Could you imagine Bama against us in the trenches? I am so scared.
Alabama has three preseason All-American linemen. 3!
Oh, we ain't touching Milrow.
And I think our D-line for the Badgers is the weakest part of not just our defense, our entire team.
Yeah, not even close. Not even close. Very, very poor.
So it's just going to be a long day. And I think for me, then, big picture with the Badgers, it's an indication that they're a long way off, right? Because Bama, they're a top 4 team. They're really good. The Badgers just aren't even close to a college football playoff team right now.
Yeah, we've just taken steps not in the right direction. We've been stagnant. And this didn't just start under Luke Fickell. It obviously started when Ben called for the firing of Paul Chryst and got him fired. And so it started years ago. And so we just we have failed to be able to really take off. We've been maintaining, but we haven't been able to take that next step. And we're going on 5 years of being a stagnant franchise.
Well, the thing is whether you want to say I called for the job or not, it was just an emotional reaction to what I had seen on the football field versus what I was used to. And there is a grace period, right, that I'm willing to give coaches when they're trying to transition a new system, bring in new players, but you want to have something to feel good about, an identity of sorts. I'm still sorting out what the hell this team's identity is, and I think you said it, Kyle. Strofe, real quick, just the poll question. More likely to be competitive or lose by 20?
Yeah, it's lose by 20. I don't think it's close.
And that's the thing, is I want one or the other. I don't want 10 to 13 point loss, kind of just hanging around, whatever.
Why is that?
I want to know if this team has something in them. I want to know if they're competitive or not to go up against Alabama at home and have some pride and make everyone proud of what being a Badger football fan is like. If they lose by 20 plus, I now can reset my expectations about what I'm looking forward to in season 2 of Luke Fickell. If they get their doors blown off, I at least have clarity. I have clarity that I know that I don't have to get all excited on Saturday, because I remember last year at a game against Illinois or Iowa or Northwestern that I was building a baby's crib that had not arrived yet. And I had more fun building a crib with an Allen wrench than I did watching the Badgers. And if that's what this season's going to be, I want to know now. I'd rather have some more hope that if they're competitive, that they can string off something and we're building something towards Big Ten season. But if they're not, I just want to know they stink.
Is this a rare opportunity? I hate moral victories. Hate it. Is this the one area where if they lose close, it's a moral victory?
It depends on what it looks like, right? Not that late garbage time touchdown where you get it within 10 or you get it within 14. It's about going and being able to compete. If they're able to compete with Alabama, because I believe the first time they played Alabama years ago at Cowboy Stadium, though they lost by, I want to say, 14 or 17 points, they hit with them. I mean, they out-hit them, but I mean, they were in a...
They let up a little bit.
But still, even in that game, it was like the gap isn't as big as it is now. Like, our perception of what this football team is now, we think we're going to get steamrolled. And not only going to get steamrolled, we're getting steamrolled at Camp Randall.
Let's go to Sean in Beaver Dam, the guy who loves Brad Nortman. He's number one in Sean's heart. Sean, what do you got on Alabama and Badgers? Is it going to be close
My
or a
guy,
blowout?
Sean.
Hey, I love you guys all of you. I'm very fearful after seeing what happened. South Dakota, they had some big boys on that line, and they towered over us. It seemed like, and I really wonder if we made a mistake, and not we, McIntosh made a mistake when we didn't keep Jim Leonard. I swear, Jim Leonard, that heart of Jim Leonard coming on as a walk-on at UW, then doing what he did with Baltimore, he just has that. And I don't understand. I really think we might have made a mistake. I said it the whole time. I thought he was the shoe-in. We were going to get him. And maybe Chris or McIntosh wanted to make his own, statement on the team, etc. But I feel like we are no longer relevant. I mean, well, we're not.
We're Alex Strofe in football.
Polls. I'm sorry?
We're Mr. Irrelevant, Alex Strofe in football.
Right, I got you. Yes. But anyway, I don't know if you guys, have any perspective on that.
I got you, Sean. I got you. Here's the perspective. I'm not going to lie. I saw Alex Strofe shaking his head a little bit, and I think, again, it's a little, not Monday morning quarterback, but a year later quarterback, right? It took a lot of guts to do what Chris McIntosh did, which was going outside the realm of the Wisconsin way. But one thing I've yet to see is you say this, Brad, nobody fears the Badgers. And I think that starts with the team, the coach, and getting your guys to play for you at a high level where you execute and it's all together and you are moving one direction. Now, one thing that Jim Leonard did do, and even if it was a stupid bowl game, those guys seem to have loved to have won a bowl game for him, even though they knew he wasn't going to be the coach. And I think that is lacking right now. I don't feel that from the Badgers. I don't ever watch the game and feel inspired. I don't feel inspired with what I'm seeing on the field, and that's what sucks about being a Badger fan.
The thing that the Wisconsin Badgers have lost is what you're talking about. You're talking about pride and family. That's one thing that the Wisconsin Badgers have lost. They've lost that sense of family that they had before. It became more of a business, but sometimes you need to make that change in order to get to that next level and over the hump. I think the Wisconsin Badgers currently, if they kept Jim Leonard, they would probably have a better record and be a better football team. But does that mean this Wisconsin Badgers team 3 years from now will be competing for what they really want to compete for? Probably not under Jim Leonard. So this isn't a 2-year plan under Fickell. This is a 4 to 5 year plan. So again,
it can't be a 4 to 5 year plan. Year 3 is when you have had enough time, especially with how quick transfers can come in and make an impact.
That's true.
It has changed from when you recruited, waited for guys to come through. You had a top 10 transfer portal. Top 10.
Yep, they did. And they were top 20 in the high school recruiting this last year too. And what I think it's missing is a killer.
Everyone on the text line.
Yeah.
Woodshed, 42 Alabama, 10 maybe Badgers.
This program has no killer instinct. There's no killer instinct. And I think that is embodied by the head coach. Alvarez had it. Coach Bielema had it. Don't let, his persona fool you. Paul Chryst had a killer instinct of sorts in his own way. I'm not sure Coach Fickell has the killer instinct that I know Leonard has. He has a killer instinct. Now, my question for Leonard would be all the other things that a head coach has to do that he probably has no
would have
interest
been
in
new
doing.
to, right? He was a DC, and it was a great gig. It was
Recruiting,
local.
NIL, all that kind of stuff. Like, it takes you away from being an actual coach. And Fickle does that really well. Like, he's a good figurehead. He says all the right things, seemingly. He just seems to lack that killer instinct, or at least I haven't seen it, that you need to make a program feared and dominant.
Diana McGuanago, Kyle's #1 fan on the 1-year anniversary of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. You're up.
You need to stop being a freaking hater.
Was that the drop, or was that her? What do you got, Diana?
No, that wasn't me. You guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I think they're going to be competitive, and I think they're going to win.
All right, let's take that to Potawatomi Sportsbook and burn money. Thank you, Diana in Mugwanago. 800-990-3776.
Somebody's got confidence in their alma mater.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm glad
Did
she's
Diana go there?
optimistic. Talking about you, buddy.
Oh, I don't. I don't have confidence.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Way to pick up on that one.
Sorry, I get emotional. It's about a team that I want to see succeed because I want Saturdays to mean something like they used to. And I guess on the bright side, more time to focus on my kid and not football.
This sucks.
This sucks. More time with the kid, less football on Saturdays. Unbelievable. Brad, Gina Della from Pella, she always delivers on expectations and killer instinct on how to make your home a better place.
Yeah, we're talking about top tier, first class. That says everything about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. I mean, whether it be their quality craftsmanship or innovative design, every product that Pella Windows and Doors churns out is timeless. It's beautiful. High level of performance. They make it specifically for your home. He's talking about specifically for you too. A budget that can be for anybody. Especially right now until September 30th, you can get windows as low as $18 a month and patio doors as low as $81 per month. You can increase your home's value, decrease energy costs, everything to love about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call them today. Tell them we sent you.
Tell them
KB la la la
sent you, because that's Gina Della from Pella. And if you tell Gina and their team that KBN sent you, they will likely want to hook you up because we're pretty tight with Gina.
KB la la la.
So check out Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, PellaWI.com, 855-PELLA-WI. Let them know KBN wants you to get a great deal, and they'll take care of you. Ben Brust, Kyle Walsh, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofer on the show. Another favorite of ours in the 1-year anniversary is hearing from Brad Nortman and also hearing from KBN Nation when Brad Nortman sucks at his Hear Brad Out. 800-990-3776. Be ready for reaction because Brad said this is his best one yet. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Kyle, thank you for all that baby talk there and parenting talk. I'll take some of those tips.
I was getting ready for it right
now. Yeah, taking notes over there.
I'm taking some of those nips, taking some of those tips, those tips and storing them away. I do like nips as well. But Kyle,
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we've got delays along southbound 41 from before Silver Spring all the way down to Capitol Drive, southbound 43 between Hampton and Capitol as well. Delays westbound 94 out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound, some backups from 84th Street to about 35th. And westbound 894, a little bit backed up there from the Mitchell interchange to about Loomis. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, tonight mostly clear with a low of 62. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, warm, and hazy, a high of 83. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Quarterback uncertainty, but the home opener is here. Hey, it's Alex Stroh from ESPN Wisconsin. Join me, Gabe Neitzel, Super Bowl champ Jarrett Bush for Green Bay Game Day beginning at 9 a.m. this Sunday, live outside of Lambeau Field as we get ready for Green Bay's home opener against Indianapolis.
Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Sunday starting at 9 a.m. Live from the Tundra Trio outside Lambeau Field, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
What up, KBN Nation? I want you to join us this Thursday as we broadcast Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from the brand new Raising Cane's in Brookfield. Stop by and grab your favorite Raising Cane's box combo with their hand-battered chicken fingers, crispy Kringle cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and tangy cane sauce, all made fresh every day. While you're there, learn how Cane's supports local teams, schools, and events. Visit Cane'sInCommunity.com for more info. Don't miss KBN live this Thursday at Raising Cane's in Brookfield, serving the community one box at a time.
Engagement rings, wedding bands, and big anniversary diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Take me out to the ball game, roll out the barrel, and get up, get out of here, gone. There's nothing like Milwaukee baseball. The Brew Crew is back, and we're here to help you turn your tailgate or game viewing experience into a grand slam. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960 we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for game day. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, only 10 minutes from AmFam Field, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
Discount Liquor.
Time is running out on the Brewers regular season. Hurry up and catch the Crew battle the Diamondbacks September 20th through the 22nd for College Night and a Brewers Puffy Vest giveaway on the 21st. Get your seats now at brewers.com/tickets.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Yes, James the Postman. Every week it's supposed to be Brad's best here, Brad out. After 1 year of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman that we celebrate today, I continue to hold Brad to the highest standard of myself, Kyle Wallace, and Alex Strofe because he's the most put together. Fair?
Yeah.
Very fair. Look at Kyle. He doesn't even know what's going on.
I honestly, I don't know what
he
you
just
said.
said in my ear as you were tossing it to me. Man, Maroon 5 has some hits.
Dog, I love me some Maroon 5. I should have went to their concert.
I went at a Summerfest grounds.
Man,
Cool.
I love Maroon. My mama like Adam Levine.
Your mama does?
I thought he said my baby mama at first.
No,
I was like, wait a minute.
That I do not have.
What
Don't
a
you
surpri-
Don't you make me into Foo Fighters.
1 year anniversary
What a
news.
surprise that would have been.
That surprised me too.
Just Dave Grohl and Kyle Wallace.
That has to be that baby was cooking for 5 years.
Let's see what Brad Nortman's got on the brain today.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad out.
All right, guys. Ah, you nailed it. All it took was 1 year, and you've nailed my timing. All right, guys. You guys like making money. You guys are business minds. I got a little bit of a business idea for you guys, okay?
What we invested in today.
All right, ready? It's called the Badger Game Day Passport. Now, let me explain what that is. Now, hold on. Now, I'm open. Okay,
Where are we going?
Now,
Let the man talk,
hold
man.
on. This is Hear Brad Out.
Well-traveled passport. Let me travel.
I'm open to a name change, but the concept stays the same, okay? I can't tell you how many times this week, every week during the Badger season, I'm asked, hey, what should I do? It's my first time to Madison. I'm experiencing a game day. What should I go do? What should I eat? And this week in particular, with some Alabama family coming in, I was on an Alabama radio station this morning. They asked the same thing. What do you do? What's it like? Where should I go? What do you recommend? So I'm solving that. I'm solving that right here. I'm putting together, you know how they have like these breweries? They had this in Jacksonville. They call it like the Jacksonville Brewery Passport, where you hit all the micro brews along the way and you get them stamped. and you can try to go to all of them. They have them all sorts of places, right? It's the Badger Game Day Passport. So you can buy it, $10. $10 seems like a reasonable price for this. And you can go to all these spots, and it's already embedded what the perfect Badger Game Day looks like. Without further ado, let's talk about what's inside the passport.
Wait a minute, you putting our patent pending.
Patent pending, that's right. No one steal this.
Take our idea.
No one steal this. Okay, you have two breakfast options. Breakfast is either a Mickey's Dairy Bar or Greenbush Donuts. Those are the best way to start any given game day. You're going to start there early at Mickey's Dairy Bar or Greenbush Donuts. After that, you're going to stumble along to a tailgate on Regent Street. Maybe, just maybe, the ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day one on Regent Street itself. But you got to get a brat and you got to get a beer from a stranger. That is something that you got to do to cross that hurdle off. A beer and brat from a random tailgate, particularly on Regent Street where there's plenty of them. Continue on your way to State Street Brat for lunch, have a beer, sit down at a chair at Memorial Union, and then, of course, when you actually get to the game, you got to see jump around in the fifth quarter. And my favorite part of the passport, the late night part of the passport. Late night passport includes power hour at the Nitty Gritty, a couple drinks at the KK. Ben Brust, you know what I'm talking about.
Done that double many times.
Yep, that's right. And of course, you end at Ian's Pizza for a slice of pizza. That right there is the perfect Wisconsin Badger Game Day Passport. If you're coming in for the first time and you got to get everything that Wisconsin has in store for a game day, I'm open to suggestions. KBN Nation, I'm open for things I might have forgotten. But I believe there was something to this because it's the greatest college town in the face of the earth. And it's the best game day on the face of the earth. So if you're coming in, you got to get it right. People are going to buy these for 10 bones to make sure that they get the right experience.
Well, I think you're pricing us too low because you're leaving out a lot of great things. Name the best tailgate on Regent Street. Regent and Charter is ESPN Wisconsin's College Game Day, where you've hosted a pregame show. It's all you can eat, all you can drink with great food catered. And I think if we up the price, we might be able to find some capacity for people to come to the ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day tailgate because there's no better party than the party that ESPN Madison throws on Regent and Charter.
That is true.
Roasted.
That is true.
Next, I'd like to add, from a scenery standpoint, there is no better walk to the stadium than going up Dayton Street.
Ooh.
The Dayton Street houses are very, very friendly. You might run into a 3-story beer bong. You might run into a flip cup table. You might run into strangers that you might want to hang out with and not even go to the game or delay yourself to go to the game because it's a long game as is. It's like 4.5 hours too long sometimes in college football. So make sure you go down Dayton Street for the scenery, all the jerseys, all the red, all the vibes heading into the Arch of Camp Randall.
Ooh, ending at the Arch of Camp Randall. How did I forget that? This is why I need a collective brain trust here.
Bradley, listen, I may not be able to have brain trust because only time I went to Madison when I was younger, before I joined our great ESPN Wisconsin team and went to those fantastic college game day tailgates, I barely remember what happened, just stumbled around. But I'm going to tell you this much. This idea, I could be an investor. This is a great idea, Brad. This is the best one yet. I don't like the name, but we can figure that out. We can definitely figure that out. But I'm in.
And you know what? Maybe as we're continuing to spitball here, we could do like a 40 and older passport and like a 21 to 24-year-old passport. That's a very different experience on game day. You cater it to the type of age that you are. Now we're talking.
How can I invest?
You ain't gonna put it to life. He's just full of ideas, no action.
That's why I need you. I need the KBN brain trust here to help put this into action.
Wait a minute. I love KBN Nation now, but we can't split it 50 ways. I'm trying to split it as few ways as possible.
Oh, that's true.
If we see a Badger passport in the next 3 weeks from anybody around here,
Kyle McCarron is suing.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm suing. Give me a lawyer.
We'll see you in court.
I'm going to call my boy David Gruber and we're going to sue your ass.
I think there's something to it. Could you imagine all these out-of-town people coming in and being like trying to go to all these spots and getting it? Takes the guesswork out of it. It guarantees you a wonderful, wonderful Badger game day.
No, that's genius. And honestly, just listening back to that and then Ben also tell the stories because, Ben, from a different perspective, you played football for 4 years there, so you couldn't do it as a college student where this is what Ben really probably fell in love with Wisconsin.
There is a picture that I have from my freshman year when we were going to go on the field against Ohio State. I mean, unfortunately, we had too much fun and missed the David Gilreath opening kickoff.
Oh no! My gosh, that was amazing.
But we still had fun. I mean, the game was great. It was a night game, Camp Randall.
You made it on the field?
Of course.
Nice.
Of course. Now, there is a picture. Why I bring up Dayton Street is because Josh Gosser, a former teammate of mine, and I, as freshmen, somebody had a football. And so then we're just being a bunch of college kids lining up and running routes against each other. One's wide receiver, one's cornerback, and we'd switch. Like that. That is what I love. And I'm going to miss the energy. I don't care about the game right now because all of my optimism is...
Yeah, that's what makes college football so great. And I'm telling you, all the memories that came back to my mind, whether it was going to Wisconsin or traveling up to Michigan State or going to Central Michigan to go visit some people to do stuff like that, great memories, man. I miss it.
Yeah, I think you need to build out a better business plan.
I don't know how to distribute these, price them. Got to
distribute them
at the restaurants.
You can invest in Kyle, Brust, and Nortman to sell these to our great audience that are listening that are likely going to want to go to a Badger game.
And then we can sell ourselves as part of it. I'm not talking about prostitution. I'm talking about us being as part of it now.
Hey.
If I did sell myself, it ain't $10. It's a lot more than that.
Hey.
That is illegal, Kyle. That is illegal.
Whoa. They have to make it all the way to the
finish line. On that note, let's go to Rob Demovsky of ESPN. He's a Packers reporter, and he put out a tweet. We mentioned that Matt LaFleur is not closing the door just yet on Jordan Love playing. Mind games or not, Rob Demovsky is going to fill us in next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Student Athlete Support Fund is something I was looking at. I'm ultimately likely going to give to this College of Letters. Oh, jeez. I was in life.
Long week.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we've got delays along southbound 41 from before Silver Spring all the way down to Capitol Drive, southbound 43 between Hampton and Capitol as well. Delays westbound 94 out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound, some backups from 84th Street to about 35th. And westbound 894, a little bit backed up there from the Mitchell interchange to about Loomis. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, mostly clear with a low of 62. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, warm, and hazy, a high of 83. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Looking for a totally rad flavor adventure, brochachos? Look no further than Surfer Boy Pizza as seen in Stranger Things. Each mouth-watering variety contains rich tomato sauce, delicious mozzarella cheese, and a gnarly range of toppings. The crust is crispy on the outside and airy on the inside. You'll think it was hand-tossed by the Surfer Boy Pizza dudes themselves. Look for it in the freezer aisle at your local store and buckle up your taste buds with Surfer Boy Pizza.
Time is running out on the Brewers regular season. Hurry up and catch the Crew battle the Diamondbacks September 20th through the 22nd for College Night and a Brewers Puppy Vest giveaway on the 21st. Get your seats now at brewers.com/tickets.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You've heard me talk about the results mentality has had on my life, but don't just take it from me. Jason has had success too, thanks to mentality.
My only regret is I didn't do it sooner. Knowing once again I've gotten the treatments done and continuing, I do feel, stuff does hurt a little bit more, but I'm 40, in my 40s, and that's going to happen. But again, the energy levels, it is above and beyond. Again, I'm back in that age where I'm like, this is amazing.
Get started today at LoTUSA.com.
Milwaukee College Prep, dedicated to closing the opportunity gap for children in Milwaukee, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dreams. Join me, Good Karma Brand's founder CEO Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 17th, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee's most challenged communities. Milwaukee College Prep is closing the opportunity gap. To learn more and purchase tickets, go to MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com and click support.
Think owning a home is just a dream? No dream at Tri-City is too extreme. Talk to us and we'll show you how that dream you're dreaming can be reality now. Tri-City National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 433891.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Ashton Rotman with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Josiah Johnson from Milwaukee Academy of Science. Johnson set a career and school record in MAS's win last week with 292 yards rushing on 20 carries, which, by the way, was good for 5 touchdowns as the Novas beat Kenosha St. Joseph 52-22. Johnson, a senior, has excelled on the field this season already, of course, and in the classroom, Johnson has consistently held over a 3.5 GPA. Johnson is hoping to play football at the next level as he begins pursuing his college degree following this school year. Congratulations again to Josiah Johnson from Milwaukee Academy of Science on being this week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. Excited to be joined now by ESPN Packers reporter Rob Demovsky. Rob, welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, Ben, how are you?
Doing well. You sound subdued.
No, just out of breath. I just got done transcribing half of Malik Willis' press conference today, and it was as dry as I thought it was when I listened to it live the first time.
Wait, so you're out of breath from typing?
No, I'm out of breath from typing and getting out of the room where other people are so no one can hear me do this fine radio show.
Yeah, no, I just was messing with you, Rob. Do you have any...
I'm not in typing shape. It's still weak.
Not in typing shape. Brad Nortman has a Wisconsin Badger football focused idea. Would you like to hear Brad out?
Oh, absolutely. This is the highlight of the week for me.
Oh, Rob. That's music to my ears. I'm so glad you're back with us right after Hear Brad Out every Wednesday. So here it is. It's a little bit of the names in workshop right now, but I'm calling it the Badger Game Day Passport. I've had so many people ask me, and people that come into town, whether it be opposing fans or their first game day, say, Brad, what do I got to do? Where do I got to eat? What are the experiences I need to do? Madison is the best college town in the country and the best game day atmosphere in the country, so they want to get it right. So in the same way that there's like brewery passports that like you go to all of them in an area, I propose a Badger Game Day Passport. And included on it can be, I don't know how much time I have. Breakfast at Mickey's Dairy Bar or Green. I don't know if you've even been to Madison.
Been there. Been to Mickey's. Yep.
Okay, yep. Breakfast at Mickey's. You stumble upon a tailgate at Regent Street, particularly our ESPN Wisconsin tailgate. Then maybe you get a free beer or brat from a stranger. You get lunch at State Street Brat. You sit in one of the Memorial Union chairs. Obviously, you experience jump around in the fifth quarter at the game, and of course, the late night version of it is power hour at the Nitty Gritty, a couple drinks at the KK, and then a slice of pizza afterward, possibly at
Where's
Ian's
the energy
Pizza.
drink in there? Jeez, that's a day.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, you want the experience. So my question for you is, what do you think? Would you buy something like that or invest? And two, what would be the one thing that you'd have to put on a Packer Game Day Passport?
Investors, possibly you.
So first of all, I don't think I'm investing in this. So I guess this would be a tally for I'm not necessarily with Brad. And the only reason I say that is I feel like over the years, like the Wisconsin State Journal, the newspapers in Madison have published, or the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel has published a Badgers, this is what you do on game day in Madison. I feel like none of this is original material. So
kill him.
I'm gonna
Dang.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Those are all great things. Like, you have to do all those things. But I don't know that this is not original material, I don't think.
Fair response.
And as far as Packers, to me, like, it's the night before the game. You come into town and you go for a steak at the Union Hotel in De Pere, which is like the oldest steakhouse restaurant, continuous restaurant and hotel operating in this area. So that's where, like, John Madden always used to go for dinner before he did games, Al Michaels, all the national media people. coaches. They've all been to the Union Hotel and had a steak.
Talking with Rob Domofsky here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Rob, I saw your tweet earlier that Matt LaFleur did not close the door officially on Jordan Love this week. It's a ton of smoke, isn't it?
Does he think the Colts are really going to fall for that?
Right.
He's not playing, Ben. I mean, there's no way. I mean, I don't even see what the point of even going through the charade is. But if that's what they want to do, then by all means, that is their right.
What does it look like for Malik Willis to be a success?
Yeah, I think a couple of things, Brad. I think you can't turn the ball over. Okay, that's one. You can't try to do too much. You can't try to do things that maybe are outside your comfort level. And that's not to say that he's not skilled. But like, how much experience do you have with these guys? He's skilled, he's smart, and those are good qualities. But he has hardly ever thrown to these guys. Like, where does Romeo Doubs want it on a 7-yard slant? Where does Christian Watson want it on a back shoulder fade? Those are things that you just can't replicate that without actually doing it. So I think he's just got to be careful and just try to be simple but effective, if that makes sense. And the other thing too is Matt LaFleur's got to put him in the right positions, and I think that he will. But he certainly did not do that with Jordan Love back in 2021 when they had that very quick turnaround when Rodgers had COVID on Wednesday morning and they had the entire game plan in. At least this time they will have had the whole week plus to have the game plan geared around Malik Willis.
Rob, really the burning question for a lot of us Packers fans, as you had the opportunity to be at practice or whatever they had available for the media at practice today, what did Malik Willis look like? Like, what are some of the takeaways that you have of his command of the offense?
So we don't see any of that, Kyle. That's the problem. Literally, once the regular season starts, we see stretch, and we see what I posted on Twitter.
How do you stretch?
Few videos. It was elite level stretching. I mean, just absolutely elite. I've never seen anybody do the hamstring stretch like him. No. And then we see the individual drills where it's basically just drop back, fake the handoff to the running back, throw it to the tight end in the flat, and then go again. So we just don't get to see any of that. This is like totally different than training camp. So I can't tell you what he's good at or how he looks or if he's certain of his reads, because we just don't see it.
Okay, with the uncertainty at quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, how about that defense? Do you think the defense can rise to the occasion and actually help win this football game for the Packers against the Colts?
So I think, call me crazy, but I don't think the defense was as bad as it's getting labeled from that game. I really don't. I think there were some things that we saw that we wanted to see from Packers defense. That's aggressiveness. So there was some blitzing. Takeaways, they had 3 of them. The run defense was not great, but I do think that, there were some things that I don't think they were schemed necessarily. I thought they were just got out physical in certain cases. I don't know what's worse, whether it's scheme or getting out physical is worse, but I don't know that I saw massive problems in that regard. And the other thing too is, so they get those 2 takeaways early, right, Kyle? And what they get out of it, 6 points.
6 points, field goals.
It's not the defense's fault that they weren't up 14-0 or whatever it would have been. I can't remember if the Eagles had scored.
It would have been 14-0, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. So 14-0 allows you to play different defensively too, and maybe they don't have the patience to run Saquon Barkley. Maybe they don't play the way they do, and once you playing defense with a lead is a lot different than playing defense.
So Rob Domofsky here with us and Kyle Brust and Nortman. Rob, this is a scenario, right? Like, this is a possible scenario. They could start the season 0-3, and if Jordan Love comes back after that, do you think they would still make the playoffs? Because it's hard for me to put that back-to-back 2-5 year into the playoffs to 0-3, which statistically is like a lower than 5% chance to make it. Like, the division's tough. You got Texans coming in. Right. Is it possible if they're 0-3, or does he need to win a game?
It's a hard way to live. There's no question to be that way. We've seen it now with 17 games. I don't. What are the percentages different? Now that they're playing.
Brad Nerdman, you want to fill him in?
Yeah, I mean, just it can be individualistic for each season based on strength of schedule and all that kind of stuff. But in aggregate, for a 17-game schedule in a 7-team playoff on each conference, 0-3 is 6% chance. for the record, 2-5 was 5% chance last year.
Well, I was going to say, weren't they down really low? Wasn't it like 3% chance at one point or something last year? So, look, I don't think it's over by any means. Let's say Jordan misses. What are we thinking? He misses 3 more games.
I think it's. I mean, guesstimating, it feels like 3.
So if they're 1-3 after week 4, assuming that's you're saying you're not counting the Eagles game as one of the 3 misses. If they win 1 game and he's back week 5, I don't think it's the end of the world. I mean, it's certainly not easy, but I don't think it's the end of the world.
10% chance of making the playoffs if you're 1-3 for those who are keeping track at home. Rob, what's going on at the tight end position? It seems like Tucker Kraft dominated the reps and Luke Musgrave only got a few. What's your take on the tight end position?
That's the way it was in training camp, too. I mean, we asked Matt LaFleur a couple of times, hey, what's going on with Luke Musgrave? You know, he's not getting the ball very much. Now, he played a lot more in camp, but he didn't get the ball thrown his way much. And, you know, it's the whole, there hasn't been opportunities, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if that was just a game plan specific thing, but it sure seems like basically from what we saw in training camp that they think Tucker Kraft is more dynamic or can do more or whatever in this offense, because this is not a surprise to those of us who saw training camp practice, because he didn't catch many balls in camp either. Like, I mean, last summer I felt like every week I was like, "Ooh, boy, Luke Musgrave, draft him on your fantasy team. He's going to get a ton of targets." And this summer it wasn't that way, and it certainly hasn't carried over. At least it did not carry over into week 1.
Rob, we appreciate the time and all your insights, and we look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday. Hopefully, Brad, who is 1-1, and Rob Domofsky's approval of Hear Brad Out will put him on the above 50% win percentage.
All right, sounds good. We'll be seeing you guys.
That's Rob Domofsky of ESPN, Packers reporter. You'll hear him all across our airwaves throughout the football season. And you'll hear him with Strophy on Sunday in Green Bay Game Day, leading you up to the game. Got to tell you about Road America, because it is time for you, if you have not been, for the 13th through the 15th. The Aaron's Art of Wheels weekend is here. It's here. Get your tickets because you have free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. That is affordable, family fun. You don't get that anywhere. Where can you find 16 and under getting free? In this economy, as Brad Nortman would say? In this economy, it's a ton of fun as well. You have more than just the racing. You have food, you have activities, you have everything you need to have a world-class experience right here in the heart of Wisconsin in Elkhart Lake. You come for that experience and stay for the race. The Aaron's Art of Wheels this weekend, roadamerica.com for tickets. That's roadamerica.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
DKB, they get all my love, all my energy, and all my time. I'll be danged if GKB and Craig not going to allow me to take my half-an-hour boo-boo. If I need to do that, they need to allow me to do that.
That's your whole lunch break.
I don't even take a lunch break. I work during lunch.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light.
I think I'm going to have to bring Romeo Dobbs into the Tausch stand category and start promoting and pushing him more.
Wilde and Tausch.
I feel like he is just so criminally. Like, he's an afterthought for too many Packer fans, and I think he's going to have a bust-out year.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
What up, KBN Nation? I want you to join us this Thursday as we broadcast Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from the brand new Raising Cane's in Brookfield. Stop by and grab your favorite Raising Cane's box combo with their hand-battered chicken fingers, crispy Kringle cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and tangy cane sauce, all made fresh every day. While you're there, learn how Cane's supports local teams, schools, and events. Visit Cane'sInCommunity.com for more info. Don't miss KBN live this Thursday at Raising Cane's in Brookfield, serving the community one box at a time.
Do you remember that electric moment when you suddenly realized that she was the one?
The one you were going to love forever.
The one you'd been waiting your whole life to meet.
She is. The one.
The one.
Now it's time to find the one engagement ring that sparkles like she does.
Come to Kessler's Diamonds. We have a collection of incredibly special diamond engagement rings called the One Collection.
You need one special engagement ring for the one woman you will ever love.
Kessler's Diamonds is the one jewelry store where you can find the One Collection.
And Kessler's is the one store that offers the world-famous, no excuses, no fine print, lifetime warranty on every diamond engagement ring we sell.
We have the freedom to do this for you because Kessler's Diamonds is the one diamond store owned by its employees.
The One Collection starts at just $550.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Find the Kessler's nearest you at Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesh Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, serviced, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at 28 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that was voted Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The Packers are preparing to start Malik Willis at quarterback this weekend if Jordan Love is unable to play. Sean Clifford will serve as the team's backup. Certain media reports over the past few days have linked the Packers to a handful of available veteran QBs. However, head coach Matt LaFleur said that simply isn't the case.
It's crazy to me how people come up with some of these things, and you explore every possibility, but at no point in time do we ever have any discussions with anybody.
The Packers welcome in the 0-1 Indianapolis Colts to Lambeau Field on Sunday for their home opener. Kickoff is at noon.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank.
Think owning a home is just a dream? No dream at Tri-City is too extreme. Talk to us and we'll show you how that dream you're dreaming can be reality now. Tri-City National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 433891.
Right now, more than 100,000 children waiting in foster care need our help. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is focused on finding them safe, permanent homes. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, Jason, thanks for popping on. I know you had to get to the press conference, so we look forward to having you on Mondays and Thursdays moving forward here on KBN.
All right, fellas. Take care. Be good. Congrats on the new show and the official launch.
1 year of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin and you, KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. And if you have any of your favorite memories, text them, call them in, whatever you would like. I do want to give a shout out to the Princeton Club, because the Princeton Club has been an amazing place for me, whether I've done personal training, gone for relaxation. I just know that they have the best facility, the best equipment, so I never have to think, is there anything else out there? They have free childcare with their membership, open 24/7, and there's something for everyone. Like Maddie, you and I, we go for different reasons. Is that correct?
I forgot to mention yesterday how much I love the app and picking which class I'm going to take the next day.
It's amazing. It's literally set up for success for anyone who wants to further their health.
100%.
And sauna, steam room.
Sauna. I like to do Pilates, then sauna. Ooh. That's the move.
Yeah, sometimes I will say, although I love it as a fitness club, there are some times where I do, overserve myself. And then I go to the steam room to sweat it out. They have everything for anybody. Check out the Princeton Club in the Madison or New Berlin area. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show, and UKBN Nation, as I mentioned. We have a couple polls out there. Alex Strofe staying busy, doing a great job. We're so proud of our producer.
You're a good producer.
I shouldn't have said that. That one's going to be cut as well. He's already working on it as I speak. As our Wi-Fi does not work, I'm going to go off Wi-Fi and load it through cellular data.
This is what we're doing?
First poll on
really
Kyle,
good
Brust, and Nortman. Hey, a little wife. I just talked through it. I was just letting the audience know how I'm grinding.
Hey, we were asking you about Malik Willis on Twitter as I try to get there.
Well, Wi-Fi didn't work, so I switched to data.
Wi-Fi's not working. Let me go ahead and swipe down, turn off the Wi-Fi. Okay, the Wi-Fi's off now. Let's try this again.
And it worked, because if the Packers start 0-3, will they make the playoffs? Yes is still 37% with more votes. No is 63%. Kyle, as someone who said you shouldn't hit the panic button if it's 0-3, how do you feel about the majority of KBN Nation being on the no, they will not?
Yeah, I was trying to take a look at what KBN Nation was really thinking here with that they cannot. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in the fact that we're living in this moment that 63% of our KBN Nation believe that the Packers cannot make the playoffs after a 0-3 start. I think those who have lost faith and don't remember what this franchise is about and what this team is about and who Jordan Love is. Think about this. We believe so much in Jordan Love that we had Super Bowl aspirations. The Packers were going to lose 3 games this season anyways. Let's just get them out the way. Now, you might laugh if you want to.
You know what? Let's
wait a minute.
17 games? Let's start 0-3.
No, it's not ideal, but if you ask me, can the Packers win 9 of the next 14 football games, I would say, heck yes, they can, right? Because when I look at their schedule up and down, there is one football team on that schedule that I believe is probably better than the Green Bay Packers.
But
Kyle, every other game,
every year that anyone tries to predict an NFL schedule, no one gets it right.
No, that's true, but
they're all good.
But they're all exactly. But the thing is that when you can look at football games and you know where your team is probably the favorite, or your team is going to be an underdog, or your team is going to be competitive. And I would say on this football season, there are much more games that we are the favorite or a competitive football game than there is not. So that means out of the 14 games, if Jordan Love does come back for week 4, the Green Bay Packers should be in every single one of those games. Now, is it going to be easy? No. But to sit here and say it is impossible is ridiculous. The Green Bay Packers can finish the season, if they start 0-3, with at least a 9-8 record, because I believe in Jordan Love, I believe in his offense, and I believe in his football team. We saw what they did last year, and they can do it again this year.
Yeah, when this team has a sense of urgency and their backs against the wall, I think they play better. I think they kind of cut through all the extra stuff, and they find a way to bring their A game when they need to. We saw that all last year. The problem is you just hate for it to reach a point of desperation in order to have that play. You like to have a little bit of wiggle room, a little margin for error. If they're 0-3, they're going to have very little of that. But I like how this team plays when they have a margin, or when they have a sense of urgency.
800-990-3776. Colin chimes in. Happy anniversary, boys. Appreciate your service to the local sports talk community. We're as local sports talk as it gets, folks.
Thank you.
Especially in the 414 hour at 4. Coming up here in 5 minutes. Let's go to John in Milwaukee. He's been along the ride with us for a year. John, welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, fellas. How we doing?
Fantastic. How are you?
Hey, I'm not too bad. Hey, no cat talk today. Today the shout-out goes to Kyle because, that guy is irrepressible in his belief in the Green Bay Packers, and I respect the daylights out of that. You get some people blink in the face of adversity. Kyle does not, and that's impressive stuff right there. You guys have a good day.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, John. He is wearing a shirt that says owner.
Hey, sue your ass.
The newest drop.
That's so good.
Hang on, silence.
We're going to sue your ass.
John would
not get sued, but that comes from the fact that I am an owner of the football team, and also I'm a lifelong Green Bay Packers fan, and we know what we have seen out this football team. Regardless of when our backs are up against the wall, we have seen miracles, whether it's a Hail Mary from Aaron Rodgers multiple times, whether it's the Arizona Cardinals beating the Minnesota Vikings, I believe it was, to put the Green Bay Packers into the playoffs years ago, or it's just the season that we saw last year. Whenever people think the Packers are out, all we do is magically appear with our greatness. We just don't win Super Bowls.
So now Kyle has gone from belief to faith to magic. That's a guy that just loves his team.
Do you
believe in magic?
No, we had to jump in Dang Lake, Michigan because you didn't believe.
Oh,
we're going to sue your ass.
So it's a different year, Kyle.
All right, Ben.
And there's kind of a big obstacle that they didn't have.
And I like Ben when the Packers are down and out a little bit.
You like me?
He got a little stank attitude to him. I like that. Yeah, a little stank attitude to him. I like when my Packers can prove you wrong.
Spank that booty.
Yes.
Coming up next in Madison, you'll have Jim, Matt, and Molly. We're Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, and we are going to be back in 2 minutes. A whole lot to get to with you in our 1-year anniversary of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
You're gonna go to the record store. You're gonna want you to hear.
Well, we got some backups along southbound 4394. An accident blocking the left lane at Beecher. So watch out for that. Backing things up back through the Marquette all the way past Fond du Lac Avenue. On the northbound side, we've got another issue. The left shoulder is blocked with some debris at Holt Avenue, and that's starting to slow things down out of the Plainfield curve. Westbound 94, heavy out of the Marquette all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound's heavy from 84th through to about 35th Street. A little bit of backing up through the construction zone west of Highway 16 as well. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, clear skies, a low of 61. Tomorrow, sunny, hazy, clouds later on, a high of 83 at the lake, 87 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Jeff Levering here. How are baseball and Pella windows and doors of Wisconsin alike? Pella manufactures all their own products. Baseball teams develop their own players in the minors. Pella tests every product thousands of times to ensure it stands the test of time. A baseball player's ultimate test is to get called up to the big leagues, hoping to play well enough to stay. Right now at Pella, get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Certain restrictions apply. It ends September 30th. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Awarded Best of Weddings 2023 by The Knot, The Bog is much more than world-class golf. Our clubhouse ballroom offers floor-to-ceiling windows and a breathtaking full-wall fireplace. Our barn venue was inspired by the on-site barn at Hole 6, built in the 1800s. 2 outdoor ceremony sites and a variety of personalized options. Our venues are perfect for family get-togethers, weddings, showers, graduation parties, or any event you are hosting. Call The Bog at 262-292-0740 or visit thebarnofthebog.com.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys.
It is the 414 hour at 4.
No.
All right, Kyle, take it away.
If you're going to say it, you got to say it right. It's the 414 hour at 4.
Okay, so how am I supposed to say that?
Say 4. Come on.
All right.
4. 1. 4.
It's the 414 hour at 4.
Come on, they're going to have some swag
No way. I can't do that every day.
We're going to get you swagged out.
I don't do that every day for this reason.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on the 1-year anniversary of KBN.
It's as good as it's ever been.
It just keeps getting better.
Never swagged you out, though.
Never swagged me out?
Yeah, I said we're going to get you swagged out in that clip.
I can do it.
We're going to get you swagged out.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN with a lot of swag.
I love the attempt. I can tell Ben played with the black kids on the AAU team. He hung out with them. Come on, Ben, let's go listen to this Eminem or this Jay-Z. Oh, okay.
Okay. It was always an interesting battle as we did have more white basketball players than most Division I basketball teams, where it was a fight in the weight room for ratchet versus country.
Oh, wow. You can't work out the country.
Nothing gets you pumping like Trace Atkins.
Pump that iron, baby. Move that tractor. Yeah.
That had to be terrible. But y'all were beefy, so it must have worked.
Beefy?
Wisconsin has a big old strong guys.
Yeah, well, used to. 800-990-3776. Ben Brust, Kyle Walsh, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe here on the 1-year anniversary of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. I want Kyle to answer this first. Which would be the most painful for you, Kyle? If the Green Bay Packers lost in the Super Bowl, if the Jets won the Super Bowl, if the Bears won the Super Bowl, or if the Cubs lost to the Brewers in the NLCS and the Cubs went on to win the World Series?
Oh.
That is a groan.
No, some rough
That's
options.
authentic.
I'm honestly in between the Brewers losing to the Cubs in the NLCS and they go on to win the World Series, because then you wouldn't hear the rest of it. But like that for me is pulling me number one. But I'm not gonna lie,
Bears.
That's in my head. That's in my head because the Cubs have actually they burst that bubble. They actually broke through one time, and I had to deal with that already. So they won the second one.
In recent times.
Yeah, it would suck. But Chicago Bears fans, I don't think I can handle that. I don't think I can handle Chicago Bears winning the Super Bowl because they still talk about 1985 like it was 40 years ago. They're going to be having a 40-year anniversary about that dang football team that was doing the Super Bowl shuffle. I can't imagine if they won another Super Bowl what I would have to deal with. Oh, I love my Brewers, and I hate the Cubs. But I don't think I can take Chicago Bears fans being able to talk about a Super Bowl title. It's the Bears winning the Super Bowl.
It's the Bears?
It is the Bears winning the Super Bowl.
You went to Whitefish Bay High School. You called Craig Counsell a traitor.
The Cubs already listen. Football is king, and how much I love baseball and love the Brewers. Football is what runs all. If people had to choose between watching the World Series game or watching the Super Bowl, they're watching the Super Bowl every single time. I don't need all them eyeballs on the Cubs. All the eyeballs on the Bears, and the Bears win. So nope, Chicago Bears. I don't want them ever to win a Super Bowl.
I find it interesting he didn't even have the Packers in the conversation.
Well, that wasn't the question, was it?
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers lose the Super Bowl, Jets win the Super Bowl, Bears win Super Bowl, or the Cubs beat the Brewers in the NLCS.
No, I stand by what I said. I stand by what I said. I still hurt today from the Packers losing to the Denver Broncos, and I still hate the Denver Broncos to this day. But I don't know. As a grown adult, man, I can't deal with Chicago Bears winning. I just can't.
You know what I don't give enough credit to, and I don't remember enough? The Packers beat the Bears in the NFC Championship game and then went on to win the Super Bowl. Imagine if it was the other way around. Imagine if the Packers played the Bears in the NFC Championship game, and then the Bears beat them and then went on to win the Super Bowl.
We never hear the end of it.
That would be nightmarish. I forget that we actually did that to Chicago Bears.
It was the Jay Cutler MCL game.
It was. So whenever I see Bears fans, sort of randomly getting a Packers suck chant or whatever else, Green Bay sucks, I kind of get it. Those are deep wounds. I couldn't imagine the Packers losing to the Bears in the NFC Championship game and then winning the Super Bowl. So those are deep wounds. For me, I think it's the Brewers losing to the Cubs and then going on to win the World Series for the Cubs. I've just seen that so many times, and that would be ultra painful. And to just have the Brewers be foiled again, to be so close yet so far, and then do it in a really painful fashion against the Craig Counsell-led Cubs, I think that would be the worst.
I think you just made a point. It's like the Cardinals, right? We lost to the Cardinals, I want to say, in the NLCS years ago, and then we lost to the
Dodgers.
And I don't have a hater. I mean, granted, the Cubs are different. I don't hate the Dodgers like that. I guess because when it comes to baseball and the Milwaukee Brewers, if we ever get a World Series, it's like the Milwaukee Bucks. It's like, finally, thank goodness. We're with the Green Bay Packers. I mean, come on now.
You're wearing owner today.
I'm an owner. Like, I can't see my competitor. Not my competitor. I can't see somebody else in the league that I also own a team in as well win a championship.
800-990-3776. Dave from Aaron chimes in. Did you dream up this nightmare question sleeping last night, Benny? Ryan from Muguanago chimes in. It's the Bears winning anything as it isn't even close.
Yeah, it is. Really quick question. As an owner of the Green Bay Packers, am I allowed to talk about scrubs like Caleb Williams? Do I need to ask the NFL?
I don't know if
Jerry
I like
Jones
this whole
seems to give his opinion.
1 year anniversary, wears the owner T-shirt to the show and then acts like he's above everyone else.
No, I need to make sure I can actually say that and not get my team and my organization in trouble.
I don't think Roger's
going to sue your ass.
I don't think Roger's going to call you concerned. Roger Goodell, that is.
Yeah, Roger don't want to call me.
Yeah, he's not going to say, you know what, Kyle, we know you're an owner. You are someone of influence, of power. You got to be careful about what you say about the Chicago Bears. Not going to call you.
Okay, just making sure, because if he called me, it'll be a lot more conversation about that, having my boys playing that field had him on last week.
Well, Alex Strofe, also a Packer backer of the show. What would your selection be? The Green Bay, what would be most painful to you, Strofe? The Green Bay Packers losing the Super Bowl, the Jets winning the Super Bowl, the Bears winning the Super Bowl, or the Cubs beating the Brewers in the NLCS and going on to win the World Series?
Yeah, as the real Packer backer of the show, I don't think it's very close. It's the Packers losing the Super Bowl.
That's a real fan.
Well, I guess you haven't
not a
witnessed
hate fan.
it. No, I mean, for me, I understand where you're coming from. Like the Packers.
What do you mean?
The Packers lose the Super Bowl. It would sting me. It would sting me for a very long time. But
you just said you hated the Denver Broncos 30 years later.
Oh, come on now. It ain't been 30 years now. It's been
almost 28.
It hasn't been 1997, 98. It's not 28 years. Your math is
27.
Well, 58
That's
minus
27 years ago.
32.
1997 was 27 years ago.
Oh my gosh, where's time gone? But getting back to the real thing is that I guess I have the hope that the Green Bay Packers, if they were to lose in a Super Bowl, that we can get back, right? That is what I'm living off. I'm living off the fact that, you know what, we made it this far. Let's try to get back. Let's run it back with this team that we have. I hate Bears fans. Like, I don't think there's anything more than this world outside of...
See, but here's where I'm trying to find the dynamic in your brain, because the Bears are so irrelevant. Is that because they're so irrelevant and you've been able to live rent-free and Matt LaFleur's 10-0, Aaron Rodgers saying, I own you, I still own you? Is it because of all that built-up energy that you would feel that energy times 10 if something were cataclysmic happening in the Bears winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it would be. Like when the Cubs went out, I was hating on the Cubs, and then it's like, dang, they're actually good now. I'm telling y'all, being around Bears fans throughout college and just being around Bears fans now, we know our good friends at ESPN Chicago, they're annoying. They are extremely annoying, and they're annoying, and their team sucks. Now imagine their team was actually good. Do you know they're on steroids? Cat will be on steroids. All those guys down there and gals will be on steroids talking about their Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams didn't do anything, and then finally in the first real game action they had, he played like boo-boo, and I'm sure they're still down there singing his praises.
I think I'm actually going to be with Kyle Wallace here. As someone who has moved on from the Chicago Bears and now continuously enjoys seeing the hopes get just absolutely crushed year after year, I was actually pissed that they even won with the special teams and defense. Because
Me too.
Could you imagine what a show would be like on ESPN 1000 in Chicago, our sister station, where they have the Bears' rights and the game is playing and then they lose and Caleb Williams looks like boo-boo, as you said, and they don't find a way to win? That's the dream scenario this week. I don't even know who they play, but the dream scenario is a loss and Caleb Williams having a week 2 that is also bad, and somehow Malik Willis winning the game this weekend to have the Bears and the Packers tied in record with Malik Willis, and they have Caleb Williams, who they put all of their chips in the basket for.
So the Bears play the Falcons on Sunday Night Football.
Oh, the Falcons will win that game.
Are you watching?
Oh, yeah. I'll watch Sunday.
You say they are?
Oh, the Falcons are going to win that football game. I know they struggle.
The problem I see with that, and I want to get back to the Green Bay Packers here, is Kirk Cousins couldn't move, and the Bears actually have a solid defense.
That's true.
Well, my question is, we haven't even touched on the Jets winning the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. Would you feel no emotion from that? Would you feel happy for him? Or just nothing?
I mean,
it's just another team.
It's just another team. I mean, Aaron
Really?
Rodgers, I'm over it. I've moved on. She got uglier. I told y'all this a couple days ago.
But if she got uglier, she'd be cute again.
Yeah, she'd be banging hot.
Whoa.
I mean,
banger. That defense would be really good. But I'm at the point now where I have moved on. I have acceptance with where we're at with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers with a new football team. I have Jordan Love, and I'm happy with the love that I have with Love. So I'm good where I'm at.
And you have a new window of opportunity right now.
Oh, I have a new window of opportunity. I want you to have that great window of opportunity as well. I'm telling y'all this right now. If you are thinking about getting brand new windows, do not think any longer. Contact my guys at Universal Windows Direct. What I love about them is the fact that they have great experience in the industry, and they also will take great care of you. You can schedule a free estimate today by calling 414-410-2000. And what I love about them, they have great deals, but also they have great customer service. They can have somebody come out to your house literally tomorrow. You can pick the time. They came to my house at 7 o'clock at night. Yes, 7 o'clock at night, and they broke down all the different options that I had for my different windows inside of my home. I want you to have this great same experience as well. Again, no pressure to buy whatsoever. Get a free estimate. Make sure you compare prices with other people, and I promise you this, you'll make a great decision by choosing Universal Windows Direct. And on top of that, when you buy 2 windows, you get 2 more free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. There's absolutely no limit. Plus 0% financing. 0% financing for 60 months. That is $5 5 whole years. So again, call them today at 414-410-2000. And for the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com. That is UWD.com. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Brad, I don't know if you're getting your mascots mixed up, but the Bears play the Texans on Sunday Night Football.
The Texans?
They getting clapped.
Clapped.
I am getting them messed up. I don't know what I was thinking.
What were you thinking,
I'm sorry,
dude?
KBN Nation.
That's a big switch. The Falcons to the Texans.
It's a big difference.
Bears at Texans, Sunday Night Football.
It's a good game.
It's a little bit better of a game.
Yeah. I do want to know, though, with Malik Willis, right? We've talked about expectations for him, but what are the expectations around him? Who on the offense do you want to see step up? I have a ton of options, and you have a ton of options. Let us know at 800-990-3776. We get to you, KBN Nation, next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
When I'm, again, doing the Pack Arena, and as a shareholder, when I'm sizing up my ring,
right now.
1 packer, 2 packer, 3 packer arena.
Hey.
What's
the rest of the words?
Jordan loves the Christian Watson. Nay, that's a touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we got an accident on southbound 4394 right about at Beecher. The left lane is still blocked with this, so it is a hefty delay all the way back to about Keefe. We've also got on northbound 4394 right about at Howard Avenue, the left shoulder blocked with a crash as well. So just watch out for those two spots. Southbound on 41, backing up from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol Drive. Westbound 94 out of the Marquette, going to be a hefty ride out to Hawley Road. And then on southbound 894, we're seeing some delays coming out of the zoo down towards Lincoln, and then from Oklahoma Avenue down into the Hale. Traffic is brought to you by Two Men in a Junk Truck. Have unwanted clutter or junk, go to twomeninajuncktruck.com for a free, no-obligation estimate. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, clear skies, a low of 61. Tomorrow, sunny, hazy, clouds later on with a high of 83 at the lake, 87 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Wilde and Tausch.
Did you get nervous as a player, first of all, before matchups with Bruce Irvin or whatever it might have been?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
He's such a jerk, isn't he? He just can't help himself. He's got perfect kids. They eat all of their vegetables and everything else. And nothing, but Jason loves to throw pot shots whenever he can. Have you noticed that about him?
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Me too.
She absolutely nailed it.
Are you talking about Jenny Sambeline?
Yeah, Jenny and her pendant, the music in a mother's heart.
Hi, Rick. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Monica. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Jenny, we're going to produce your pendant design as a limited edition collector's item and put a few of them in all of our 8 Kessler stores.
Congratulations, Jenny. Wow, this is huge.
Jenny, we expect the music in a mother's heart to sell out very quickly.
We'll also make a few available online.
I designed that pendant from the memory of how my mother made me feel when we'd sing together.
How often did that happen?
Constantly. We'd sing along with whatever was playing on the radio, or sometimes we would watch a musical on TV and sing along with that.
At just $124, the music in a mother's heart is going to sell out lightning fast.
I'm buying one.
I'm buying one.
I bought the prototype the moment I saw it.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
What up, KBN Nation? I want you to join us this Thursday as we broadcast Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from the brand new Raising Cane's in Brookfield. Stop by and grab your favorite Raising Cane's box combo with their hand-battered chicken fingers, crispy Kringle cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and tangy cane sauce, all made fresh every day. While you're there, learn how Cane's supports local teams, schools, and events. Visit Cane'sInCommunity.com for more info. Don't miss KBN live this Thursday at Raising Cane's in Brookfield, serving the community one box at a time.
Gabe Neitzel here. I know you've already heard me talking about how Mentality has helped me over the years, but there are others like me. Jason has been using Mentality for a while now and is loving the results.
I have gotten a handful of friends, probably a couple dozen, especially those that are closer to my age, maybe even a little bit older, because I just tell them, you got to check this out. Do not wait any longer. Just go and admit it. Yep, you're at an age where things are slowing down. I promise you, you're not going to regret it, and that's truly what I get. I'll get a phone call after, like, man, I feel like a kid at Chuck E. Cheese right now.
Learn more today at LowTUSA.com.
Time is running out on the Brewers regular season. Hurry up and catch the crew battle the Diamondbacks September 20th through the 22nd for College Night and a Brewers Puppy Vest giveaway on the 21st. Get your seats now at brewers.com/tickets.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
So don't go breaking my heart just to be a part of
800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin Talking Text Line. I'm Ben Brust alongside Super Bowl runner-up, longtime NFL punter Brad Nortman, Packers owner and Packer backer Kyle Willis, and Alex Strofe is running the show. We'll go to Ron in the Key. Ron, it's either good or bad. We'll find out.
So, Benjamin, essentially you were asking people, like, what would hurt more from a fandom break-your-heart standpoint, right?
Correct.
All right. So my question to you is, and no troll, nothing, I'm just curious, do you feel you have that in you anymore? Because I was also always, hear of your own story, more the objective fan. I was not, we're always better, like Kyle. Does betting take that out of you? Because I always felt it did. Like, you more and more stop becoming fans of any team, or at least not to that level, and you're just fans of, the ticket that you have.
I mean, to a certain degree, yes. For Badger football, like it's different. Badger basketball, it's different. But for professional sports, like I definitely am a Brewers fan. I like the Bucks, but when it comes to NFL teams, I just root for whoever I bet on. Like, that's completely it. But I don't know if that's relatable to anyone other than me and Ron, because we probably placed too many tickets.
Well, I guess I kind of feel that same way. Not like in the same way, but like how you could like lose your fanhood, right? I mean, I know you grew up maybe potentially rooting for the Bears or whoever, and I'm sure people out there too, but there are ways that you can sort of like deviate from your fanhood. At least the flames become less stoked.
Yeah, can't relate.
I was just gonna say he's wearing an owner shirt.
No, I'm being even like
you're the voice of the fan, Kyle.
I'm dead serious. Even with like the Wisconsin Badgers, y'all know my cousin plays for the Badgers.
Unless you call Jordan Love selfish, then you're just the voice of your own.
But he transferred to Michigan State now, and obviously now I cheer for Michigan State as well as Wisconsin, and my passion for Wisconsin is still there. I'm just disappointed in Wisconsin, but my fandom is still there. Watching them struggle against South Dakota is still there. But no, my allegiance, like my mom was like, why y'all going back and forth from the Wisconsin game to Michigan? I said, because I'm trying to watch the Badgers too. So my loyalty is still with Wisconsin.
I do want to know, with Kyle being the Packer backer that he is, Alex Strofe being the biggest Packer backer.
No.
The Packers owner that he is.
Oh, now you done lost your mind. You don't know what you're doing back there.
With Stroh's after
We're going to sue your ass. Actually, I got a picture of my ownership number in my phone.
Cool.
Why?
I wanted to be able to buy stuff. My
It's 1046234. I can see it from here.
I don't know.
Everyone use that code.
It's not up, but
what do you get with that?
I have special privileges to buy things that you can't.
Special privileges.
Yeah, I can buy.
Like what? You mean like whiteout gear that the Packers Pro Shop sent to me instead of you?
Yeah, I don't want that. It's probably some type of legality why they can't send a shareholder free stuff. It's probably something behind the scenes. That's why I didn't get it. But no, I have access. I have access to be able to buy things that shareholders can only buy and receive. So
Malik Willis is going to be limited, not from an injury standpoint, but what he can do with this offense with the short amount of time they do have to prepare this week.
2 weeks today, he's been a member.
2 weeks today, he's been a Green Bay Packer as he's being talked about on our 1-year anniversary. I did not have that on the bingo board. Hey, what do you predict we'll be talking about our 1-year anniversary? Oh, Malik Willis is going to be starting week 2 for the Green Bay Packers.
That's crazy.
Good point.
That is a wild 365 there. Who has to step up on the offense outside of Malik Willis to make this offense hum in some sort of direction?
It's the offensive line. The offensive line needs to play elite. Like the type of offensive line play that they played at the end of last season, which I don't think we saw in week 1. I don't know if it was the footing. I don't know if it was lack of preseason reps, but Jordan Love didn't have all the time in the world. The run blocking wasn't amazing. It was just kind of pedestrian. Not what we'd expect from this offensive line that finished out the year last year. He's going to have to be given plenty of time to feel comfortable, Malik Willis is. And even when he sort of goes off script, maybe impromptu, they can help him a lot by just kind of shifting their blocks and working to make him to be able to maybe use his feet. And then even more so, you got to establish the run game. If you can't even establish,
hey, you get one choice, and you can say the O-line. I know
the O-line. It plays a role in establishing the run game. And if they can't block, they can't create holes. You can't even establish a run game. This offense is going to have no success whatsoever.
No, for me, I understand the offensive line is a key piece of this. And last week, I felt the offensive line didn't have their best game, but we saw in the second half them kind of get it together a little bit, especially on the ground with Josh Jacobs. But for me, Rob Demovsky joined us earlier today, and something he talked about, he said, they don't really have timing and a great relationship with Malik Willis, and he was talking about the wide receivers. He doesn't know where Romeo Doubs wants the ball to be, but this is what you have to do as a receiver. They need to make sure they're able to get open and catch the football consistently for Malik Willis, because if Malik can get, a rhythm going where they're catching passes or get things going, his confidence is boosted and he feels more comfortable in the football game. And at the end of the day, Malik, he's going to be able to depend on his legs, but can he depend on his arm and the guys on the other end of the receivers to make big plays when they need it, right? You can't have drop passes this week. You guys need to up your game to a whole nother level, because you have to compensate for Malik Willis not knowing the offense. You have to compensate for Malik Willis not being as great a quarterback as Jordan Love. You're going to have to make adjustments. You're going to have to run the best route that you can. They have to be elite at everything that they do to give Malik Willis the best chance to lead this offense successfully.
Did you choose the whole wide receiver group?
I said the whole dang group. They all going to have to step up.
Okay, thank you. I was looking for one specific guy, but now I'm left with, I have Josh Jacobs.
Which is the correct answer.
I take the O-line.
And the tight ends.
You take the...
I got the tight ends or Josh Jacobs, and the answer is Josh Jacobs. I mean, literally, this is why you should be excited that you have a Josh Jacobs. He is a high carry, high volume guy. He literally did this the last 2 years that he was a running back in the NFL. He had trash quarterbacks. And so if he was able to set the rushing single season rushing total in 2022 at 1,850 plus yards, I'd like to think that he can handle a 25 carry load if this offensive line, due to Brad's point, can help create some gaps. We saw the explosiveness in the second half. The second half was what I think everyone expected the entire game to feel like for Josh Jacobs. But if they can build off of, it's going to be hard because, again, when you don't have a number one quarterback who is a threat, you can load the box a little bit more and make it a little bit tougher for Josh Jacobs, but you're paying him good money to be a bell cow in this type of situation. This is, like I said, whether it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Aiden O'Connell, I'm missing somebody else that was a quarterback for the Vegas Raiders.
Gardner Minshew?
Yeah, no, that's Gardner now. He was with the Colts last year. There's one more,
right.
but Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, he last year.
So when I hear those names and I watch Devontae Adams go over the middle and get smacked all the time, and I know that Josh Jacobs with a one-dimensional offense was able to put up statistics, you really need him to have a game. And again, the thing that ties this all together, Kyle says wide receivers, right? Brad says O-line. I say Josh Jacobs. MLF. Matt LaFleur is the guy that's got to figure out the best way to make this offense not just be, again, they're not going to win 15-10 like we saw in the Steelers-Falcons game on Sunday. You're going to have to try and get around 20 points. And if he is the head coach and the offensive mind that we think he is, and the defense can create timely turnovers, they need to take advantage like they did not early in the game against the Eagles.
Well, and you're not going to be able to have the luxury of explosive plays, right? I mean, I don't think Malik Willis is a very accurate down-the-field passer. So a lot of that above-the-top type game plan, that's probably out the window. You're going to have to put together 14 play drives, really gut it out. And that's where Josh Jacobs toting the rock, tight passes, maybe Malik Willis running the ball himself. It's going to have to be a slow, methodical ball control type of game where you just eke out yard after yard. And that's going to be hard for Matt LaFleur because you're going to have to be running the same things over and over. It's not like you can pull out of your bag of tricks and get a quick score. It's going to have to be slow. It's going to have to be sustained. That's going to be a challenge.
I need a Malik Heath and Bo Melton blocking game right now. They're going to get more time out there, out wide, 5 wide, and just start throwing quick outs and start blocking and get Jaden Reed and Christian Watson in space and hope that Christian Watson gets up after a hit.
I ain't mad at it. I am not mad at it whatsoever. I feel like that sounds like a good game plan. Spread them all out, quick pass game or quick running up the middle.
Everything's got to be quick. You only go down the field in situations where it's 3rd and 7, right? Even on 3rd and 12, I'd be scared to death watching Malik Willis throw the ball, mostly because it is week 2, as Alex Strofe pointed out, in his time even just learning concepts.
You know, the Packers' defensive existence has been ruined by running quarterbacks, right? Whether it be Colin Kaepernick or Tommy DeVito or insert whoever you want. Any part of you excited that the Packers have a running quarterback that you get to now be on that side of?
Oh, me? Oh, I just hope he's not running for his life. I hope he's running because it's scripted or it works out because guys were downfield and he saw a space to run. I hope he's just not back there running for his life.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. I think Jason Wilde put it pretty good with us yesterday on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. They have time to insert some packages, but it's not going to be like, all right, new offense, guys. I mean, like, this is there are things that they installed while Jordan Love was not even with the team, or he was with the team. He was holding in, right? They start installing everything that what they want is their base for the entire season. And Malik Willis, I'm sure when he got here, just tried to start to learn the base, right? Not even the extra concepts.
Brad, I'm curious from your perspective. The guy's only been in the building for 2 weeks. How does Matt LaFleur chalk up a successful game plan for a guy he hasn't had in his system for the entire offseason?
Well, the big question that I have is how much of it has already been retained? Because these offensive playbooks in the NFL, they're complex, right? 2 weeks isn't nearly enough to know the intricacies of it. And for him, too, he's got to know when to call out audibles, how to read a coverage.
Yep.
You're sending guys in motions because you're trying to determine man or zone. It's so complex. How much of it has been absorbed so far? But you just got to say, probably, hey, Malik, tell me the packages that you're comfortable with, and I will go from there. That's the kind of coach that I think Matt LaFleur is. He meets his players where they're at because, listen, that's not a long time. Even if you were here all camp to put a backup quarterback in, it's hard. But 2 weeks, woof.
All right, so here's something I got. Because I was trying to think. What we
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the owner.
Right.
We're talking about how quickly can he learn an offense, right? We don't know exactly how football intelligent Malik Willis is and how quickly he can pick up something, right? Read a defense. And so, you know what I thought about? Brad, there's an exam that you took when you went to the NFL draft. What was it?
Wonderlic.
It was the Wonderlic score. And according to Sports Illustrated, the Liberty quarterback intelligence apparently shined through during the Wonderlic test, reportedly scoring a strong 32. A 32 on the Wonderlic score. I don't know how many is out of, but I know a 32 is a really, really high score. And so knowing that just tells me that he has the mental capacity to be able to read defenses, but more importantly, to pick up an offense pretty quickly. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to be able to translate that and execute on the field, but being able to learn terminology, being able to pick up exactly when guys need to do certain things when it comes to the playbook, I feel comfortable knowing that. Now, it's no guarantee, again, that this will translate on the football field, but it makes me more hopeful that at least he knows exactly how to call the plays and what to expect and what roster guys are running because he obviously has the intelligence based off that Wonderlic score.
Well, I know you had trouble sleeping, Kyle, after Jordan Love, but if you had the sleep oasis that you can get at IKEA, you'd be in great shape. Because without a great night's sleep, you can't be your best every day. IKEA has everything you need to create your perfect sleep solution. From stylish beds and mattresses to essential storage, IKEA will quickly have you in a deep sense of relaxation. I know a lot of people will need that, especially if the Packers don't find a way to get a victory. So get organized with IKEA bins, baskets, and underbed storage for a clutter-free room. Finish your oasis off with dressers, wardrobes, and nightstands. I've seen them in person. They're awesome. They're absolutely awesome. Discover your bedroom inspiration and solutions at IKEA Oak Creek today or IKEA.com/US. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman leading you to 5 o'clock in the Homer Hour. We'll have Homer joining us and a whole lot more. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I'm a seam head now. You can call me whatever you want.
Seam head.
I don't even know what that is.
That means I'm a baseball dork. All I do is sit and watch MLB Big Inning at night.
Head.
I've never heard that before.
This is because you're not a seam head.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Looks like we got a little bit of trouble on southbound 94. We've got just south of Highway KR, the Racine-Kenosha County line. 2 right lanes are blocked because of a broken down vehicle. So that's starting to back things up through that area. We've also got an accident northbound 4394 just past Howard Avenue off on the left shoulder. An earlier accident on the southbound side right around Holt has been cleared out of the way. We do still have delays, though, pretty hefty ones, basically from Locust all the way down through the Marquette, all the way down to the KK River. Northbound 4394 also slowing down from Beecher through the Marquette, all the way up past Fond du Lac Avenue. And then westbound on 94, heavy out of the Marquette, all the way to Hawley Road. Traffic is brought to you by Golden Mask's Oktoberfest celebration this Sunday afternoon starting at 1:30. Enjoy amazing German food, beer, and live music. Get your tickets at goldenmaskinn.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, clear skies, a low of 61. Tomorrow, sunny, hazy, clouds later on, a high of 83 at the lake, 87 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5
They say seeing is believing. And when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Let's just look at the AFC East. The Jets' offense is not as good as Miami's and Buffalo. And the Jets' defense is not as good as New England's. That's not a great formula overall. The New York Jets have a quarterback in Aaron Rodgers that needs to be the best player on their team. This is not a situation like with some other teams. Look at the Jets last night. Rodgers threw for 167 yards and an interception. And when San Francisco was down 3-0, they had 9 possessions the rest of the game. They scored on 8 straight and then took a knee. Why would I be positive after last night?
I look at last night as an outlier situation. The tackling was sloppy on the defensive side of the ball. That's going to be improved. But just think about this. The New York Jets gave up 70 yards after contact. It's something that's so uncharacteristic for that team that I'm just willing to assign that to the reality that most of the starters don't play extensive time in the preseason.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can watch the most live NFL games all in one place, which means you can watch the Rams and the Colts and the Vikings and the Bengals and the Buccaneers and the Chargers, or whoever you're rooting for, all in your living room. But not literally, of course. That would be dangerous. Watch every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Sign up at youtube.com/NFLST. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
For love of the game.
There's nothing like being selected to the Olympic team.
And love of their country.
Championship of that level, gold medal, means more.
Tune into Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Inside stories from Bucks stars on the agony and triumph of competing to win it all at the Olympics. It's Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You
want to know where I was this morning? I was at QC Kinetics. I was there getting my back checked out, doing my thing, because I want to live the life that I've always wanted, an active life. I got a first-hand experience on what the QC Kinetics experience is all about. I mean, I got to see behind the scenes. I got to see where they do all the medical stuff, things that were blowing my mind, using their new cellular therapies to give you back your life. If you got joint pain, your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back, I mean, what are you waiting for? It is time that you regain the active life and allow QC Kinetics to use their advanced regenerative medicine to regenerate that tissue in your joints. It's unbelievable, their process. They take all the things out of your blood that make healing powerful, if I may. Their response time is unbelievable. Their ability to put you on your own schedule, to be able to put you on a path toward being able to move again, have a pain-free life without any drugs or surgery. It's unlike anything else. You got to see it to believe it. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in cellular therapies, and they already had tens of thousands of satisfied patients. You could be next. Consultation is totally free. I went through the consultation. It was outstanding. Joint pain relief is on the horizon. The future of medicine, QC Kinetics. Call 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Alex Strofe running the show. KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. I like this from Dave from Aaron. If you listen to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, morning 7-9-94.5 ESPN. I think Chewy said it. First play of the game, our offensive drive. Rip one deep to Watson just to show the Colts, hey, got to watch out for our pass game, too.
I like that, actually.
Little Minnesota circa 2021.
What if it's like 15 yards inaccurate, though?
Hey, Brad, why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Let's do a draw play. I'm just saying, what happened?
No, I mean, if you're just heaving it up deep, so you're just letting it rip, I mean, how inaccurate could it be? I mean, it could be off, but it can't be 15 yards off, like, dang.
Or can it?
Just don't throw a pick. Right? I mean, we're talking about no, don't put him out of his comfort zone, no turnovers, just don't throw
play
a
action
pick.
right away.
Yeah, maybe
play action right
just
away.
Let it rip.
Play action right away. Drop it off to Tucker Craft in the flat.
Boo the drop off. Listen, I like this.
No, you guys just
flat.
The last thing we want is him to heave it deep into an interception on the first play of the game. That would deflate the stadium.
It is interesting though. Like, what approach do you take to get him confident and comfortable? Because that would be a shot, right? You're talking about making the safeties stay back. Say, hey. We can throw it deep if we want to, but what if it doesn't increase his confidence?
Yeah.
You're talking about, let's get some easy completions. That's where
Matt
LaFleur is cooking. How is Matt LaFleur going to cook?
Because we've even seen games in last year with Jordan Love, before he even rounded into that like late 10-game run, where I remember the first half of the Giants game on Monday Night Football, he was missing everything. Short passes, out quick, right? So like, there is an inherent risk in anything you do with Malik Willis after being in the building for 2 weeks with an accuracy standpoint. What happens if he loses confidence on the first drive because he's throwing a quick pass to Jaden Reed and they got blockers in front and it's high or low or left and it's like, at least if you go play action, Bomb City Central, Madden go route style, he's just like, hey, whatever happens. Then he's got the first throw underneath him. Maybe he's like, damn, I missed that. But I feel confident. I threw the ball.
The downside, heck, I wish he threw the ball in the last play of the game. The downside to it is the fact that Brad is right. Like, that interception on the first play would be devastating for his confidence in that game.
Could you imagine the first play throwing a pick?
Yeah,
Bryce Young did it.
And has he recovered?
He did.
No, I'm saying he did it this year, too. So he didn't recover from last year.
Did he recover?
No, they got stomped.
Exactly. So
but the Carolina Panthers aren't the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, they suck, but there is a lot of unknown that we don't know with Malik Willis. And also, we can sit here and act like Malik Willis, he's probably not that confident in himself as well. He had what he thought was going to be the starter for the Tennessee Titans. When they drafted him, the expectation was, let's see what he has. He could have went as high as a first-round draft pick. He fell to the third round, and then Will Levis came in. He had an opportunity to compete for a job, did not win that job, and went to Will Levis. Came in now, try to compete for a job or to see if he can be at least be the backup, and lost that to Mason Rudolph. So his confidence has to have taken some type of hit. So we need to make sure that we build his confidence up with easy plays, let him have success, see success before we start trying to launch and let it rip.
I think the first possession, you get that first down with his legs. I think that would be a good way to get a little bit of confidence.
Have him do
Take a little bit of a hit. Feel just get into the game a little bit.
Have Donald Driver call.
All right, he's hit.
Talk.
He's hurt. He's out. Come on, Sean. You're in the game, buddy.
Is there a
you
third
suck
quarterback?
too.
Have the Packers signed a third quarterback at all yet?
No.
Okay.
Who's QB3?
Okay. Emergency quarterback Jordan Love.
Wasn't Jaden Reed as a quarterback?
Yeah,
and he could sling it. What was that play last?
The lefty across the field.
Why don't we put Jaden Reed at quarterback?
No,
that's running the Wildcats.
Or just sign Randall Cobb as the emergency QB. He played quarterback at Kentucky.
Did he really?
Well, I mean, he's 34 years old. I don't know.
He was
if
in the
that
league last year, Kyle.
Yeah, okay.
Wasn't very effective, though.
Moves as well as Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers in the pocket.
Let me throw something at you quick, Kyle. Would you rather sign Ryan Tannehill as the starter or sign Randall Cobb as the emergency quarterback?
That's stupid. That is a stupid question. Ryan Tannehill.
Easily.
Randall Cobb hasn't played quarterback since his freshman year in college. That's stupid. That's 15 years.
What a would you rather? Hey, you took a shot. I like it.
Hey, it's the Malik Willis optimism.
I was gonna say this is we are Matt LaFleur right now. This is our blank canvas for the first drive. He is scripting something way better than us, or is he?
I can see.
All right, everyone, before we get to Homer, right now has to call what you would do on the first play.
I'm running the freaking football the first play. That's what I'm doing.
Predictable.
Whatever. I'm going to tell my offensive line, we are going to win on you guys, mowing down these guys that got mowed down the week before, and Josh Jacobs, this game is on your shoulder.
Great, you got mowed down. Let's do some mowing now.
No, I need Malik. I need Malik Willis.
Okay, I heard you. Brad, go.
Play action, roll out, and say you've got one look. If he's open, you throw it. If it's not, you tuck and you run.
God, I really like that one. I like the rollout action.
Just
getting
one
quarterback where it's like you don't have a lot of options to look at. It's rollout scripted in one section. I'm fine. I love choose. Play action bomb to Christian Watson. What else could go wrong?
Interception.
There's a lot.
An interception.
Strofe.
Yeah, it's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. They're going to run the same exact play they ran very first play against Chicago last year, which is a bomb down the sideline of Christian Watson. They're going to stack the box.
But don't you think football coaches are smarter than us, and maybe they're thinking, if these dumb idiots talking on the sports talk show are thinking they're going to throw a play-action bomb to Watson, maybe we should look out for that.
I'm legitimately imagining Matt LaFleur and the offensive coaches in a room with a blank whiteboard and saying, okay, guys, what do you think? And he's like, what if we do this? It's like, no, he runs down the board. No, we're not doing that. Just like this brain trust of brainstorming.
No, you understand this, is that this game is going to be won if the Green Bay Packers can impose their will on the defensive line.
All right, you're so boring.
I'll be
Brad,
boring. I want to win.
You're boring, and what's not boring is branding your business the way it should be branded.
Well, I'll tell you what, there would be nothing more thrilling than letting 3 Tree Marketing tell your story. Your story? It's a story worth telling. That's what a brand is all about, is making sure that your customers, your coworkers, your team, your business partners know exactly who you are and what you're all about. That's what 3 Tree Marketing does. It's a full-service branded merchandising agency that uses creative merchandising strategies to tell your customer story. It could be whatever it is: new teammates, business partners, specialized gifting or onboarding kits. Whenever you put your logo, your company's name on anything merchandising, anything that you can be able to give or show to somebody else, it's got to tell the story of your company. That's where 3 Tree Marketing are experts. It's an amazing opportunity to showcase what your brand is all about. This team thinks outside the box and then become an extension of your own team. 3 Tree Marketing can do that and so much more for your team. Set an appointment today at 3treemarketing.com.
Oh, baby is next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Yeah, let them do it. I ain't doing it.
You're not going to hurt our feelings.
Come on.
Just mine.
Homer, come on.
Yo, fuck, I should be doing this time. I should be 2-6. That good enough for you? You need any more?
That's fair.
Need any Homer
more?
1?
Yeah.
Us?
Yeah.
Y'all
2, 3, 4.
You're all the same. There we Nobody's go. As good as me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. After every single green and gold game,
You can say it doesn't matter, but that's not being fair.
there's only one place to go for instant reaction.
Once, since they won the Super Bowl in 2010, one season, have they done better than 10th in points given up.
And to give yours on the Boda Box Wine Line. Tune into Green Bay Game Night with Homer after every green and gold game. Right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
There's a good chance you're on a budget. We all are. But she wants a diamond. You know it. I know it. And Robert Hack Diamonds knows it too, because they offer a huge collection of lab-grown diamonds, and they sell them at crazy prices. How about 2-carat total weight diamond studs for $8.95? Robert Hack Diamonds can get any size, shape, or clarity in natural or lab-grown diamonds. Don't buy until you call Robert Hack Diamonds. $8.95 for a 2-carat pair of diamond studs. Oh, baby! Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield and in Brookfield. Why overspend when you can save at Robert Hack Diamonds for the same diamond you're looking for? Some jewelers are charging nearly $5,000 for a lab-grown diamond. Not Robert Hack. Your visit will be worth it, and she'll think so too. Robert Hack also offers repair services and cash for your old gold. But remember, before you do anything, as I did, RobertHackDiamonds.com, and visit them in Brookfield or in Greenfield.
What up, KBN Nation? I want you to join us this Thursday as we broadcast Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from the brand new Raising Cane's in Brookfield. Stop by and grab your favorite Raising Cane's box combo with their hand-battered chicken fingers, crispy Kringle cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and tangy cane sauce, all made fresh every day. While you're there, learn how Cane's supports local teams, schools, and events. Visit Cane'sInCommunity.com for more info. Don't miss KBN live this Thursday at Raising Cane's in Brookfield, serving the community one box at a time.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman here for Carbless, my go-to drink this summer. Handcrafted right here in Wisconsin, Carbless is a ready-to-drink vodka and tequila cocktail. Perfect for hanging out on the patio by the grill, chilling on the lake, or tailgating at the Brewers game. Plus, it's got 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories. All summer, make sure you're following Carbless on Instagram at Drink Carbless for your chance to win a Summer Bliss prize package. Find Carbless online and at retailers near you. Carbless. Bliss is more.
So what's better than a Packers win? Celebrating a Packers win behind the wheel of a newly redesigned 2024 Chevy Traverse C71. Yeah, that's better. And right now at Quick Trip, for every dollar you spend with Quick Rewards, you'll earn a Fan Zone point to spend in the Packers Zone. Then with your Quick Rewards app, spend points for your chance to win prizes throughout the season, like a Chevy Traverse C71. Kick off your winning season with Quick Trip and your Green Bay Packers. See quicktrip.com/fanzone for details.
Gabe, where do you think our group should be taking our golf trip next year?
Jason, I don't know. Do you have time to figure it all out and get all the reservations made? I certainly don't.
Not really. I mean, I'm so busy. If I only knew somebody to call that might do all the work for us.
Oh, I know about Wisconsin Golf Trips. Their main business is booking groups from around the world to play all the great courses in our state, but they're now doing outbound trips for groups each year to places like Michigan, Minnesota, and Nevada. Plus, Wisconsin Golf Trips is even booking custom packages for Scotland and Ireland.
Oh, wow. Let's hit them up.
WisconsinGolfTrips.com.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in, it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Radio legend.
I don't care. I wanted to talk to Brent Musburger. That was for my own personal benefit. I hope other people enjoyed it, but I wish I was Brent Musburger. How about that?
Voice of Marquette basketball.
Joplin to the basket. He dumps it. Hammer time.
And owner of the most famous catchphrase, at least in this building.
Oh, baby, that's sweet.
It's time for Uncle Homer on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Presented by Robert Hack Diamonds. Visit them at their Greenfield or Brookfield locations or online at RobertHackDiamonds.com.
Oh, baby, it's Homer time, and it's brought to you by Robert Hack Diamonds. And if you're on a budget, we all are. This economy is definitely interesting. But if she wants a diamond, you can get it at Robert Hack Diamonds because they offer a huge collection of lab-grown diamonds and they sell them at ridiculous prices. A 2-carat total weight diamond studs for less than $1,000. That's a pretty good deal. Whatever you do, they're charging lower than anyone. They say you can look around because people are charging $5,000 for lab-grown diamonds. Not Robert Hack. Just go anywhere. They say go anywhere, because you always come back. Make sure you go to Robert Hack Diamonds. Visit roberthackdiamonds.com for more information. Visit them in Brookfield or in Greenfield. It's time now on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman before the Homer Hour for Homer. What's up, Homer?
I'm still happy. Thought I was going to have to go through 16 weeks of hell if Jordan Love was out long term, and life's good.
Yeah. Thank you, Homer.
Fireball on the rocks after each of my last 2 shows, and might have one here.
Homer, can I just ask you, as you being a Packer fan like me,
I'm not really a Packer fan.
Oh well, I'm not. I'm not a fan
before
either.
I done this. I don't.
You read the
I
shirt.
want them to win because it makes my life better.
What does my shirt
Easier.
say?
Downer, owner. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Downer.
I'm out of downer.
Hey,
I'm
downer. Hey, let me give you just a tip. It can say Chinese, and it don't make you Chinese.
I am an owner. I have
No,
to
you're
stop.
not. No, you're not.
I am a
You
shareholder.
are not an owner.
Homer, you can't tell me that. I don't even know if I'm breaking laws right now by even talking about other players in the team. But were you down in the dumps when Jordan Love went down? Were
Yes.
you also? So that's why this injury is like, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Come on.
Oh, I'll take it. It's going to be. I think it'll be 2 weeks.
How
3 at the
rough-
most.
Homer, say something nice about Malik Willis.
Oh.
He was the Bobby Bowden Christian Athlete of the Year award winner in college.
Won't he
when
do
he was
it?
at Liberty.
Love that.
Yeah. You got God on his side.
Yeah, I mean that's.
There's even a limit to God's miracles, though.
He took a religious school like Liberty to a
That was
football
mean. I'm
game.
sorry. I apologize for that. That wasn't really nice. Yeah. No, he's not.
What
any,
else you got?
He's not any good.
What about
But
his
here's
game
what
play?
else I got? Jaden Reed. I think with Jaden Reed, maybe you can make Malik Willis look good. That's what everybody should be saying. That's what we should all be talking about. How great was that performance last week?
phenomenal.
Yes,
It was
and how
unbelievable.
good does he potentially make the Packers? Like, I don't care what number one, you said it. He's the best guy. He's a weapon.
Number one weapon.
Yes, and everybody, I hope they play a game where Belichick is doing the thing, because he was doing the thing.
Did you watch that? He was awesome.
He's so good. And then he mentioned the guy, who was it, Wilson? The guy for the Jets. Didn't take him one play. Go, you got to guard that guy. You got to guard that guy.
Garrett Wilson.
Yes.
He just said Garrett Wilson.
He
Garrett
and
Wilson.
Rodgers. Just
Literally
fantasy
watching that.
have him. Rodgers is going to throw it to him all year. He's going to have a spectacular
This is how
year.
you attack the Jets defense.
Yes.
You run the C gap outside, away from Mosley and Williams.
He picks what you take away what another team likes to do. Yeah, anybody, and I didn't even catch that much of it, but it takes like 5 minutes to go. He's smarter than everybody else.
I don't know how he doesn't have a job. He's ridiculous.
He will. He's doing everything possible. He is being so nice. I got to admit,
is
the
everywhere.
players, they're just laughing. Dude, the people who know how badly he wants to coach are those who played for him. Because you know that away the coach was privately. Now, like, who the hell's that guy? That's not Belichick.
Yeah.
He wants to coach next year, and he wants people to like
All
him.
right, so we asked Homer, joining Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, to say something nice about Malik Willis. I just
He
want...
can run. He's a good runner.
No,
That's pretty good. That's
I'm
something,
past
right?
nice now. I want your expectation. Like, what do you...
They'll
what
lose
do you-
every game that he's the quarterback.
Oh, come on.
No, that's why I'm setting it. And if he proves me wrong, more power to it.
So what does success look like for him in any given game? Like
He doesn't know. He hadn't really had it.
100 total yards? 150 between running and
No,
passing?
his goal is going to be to win. They're going
Yeah, but
to
how do
use
you
his
do that?
ability. Well, I think his ability to run the ball and roll him out and stuff and make
He
the passes
doesn't
short
know.
to the
He's
tight
never
end.
seen
So
it.
wait, so how is it possible that you see the Green Bay Packers schedule with their next 3 games with the Colts again? The Indianapolis Colts look like they have a really good offense. Defense is questionable, just like we think the Packers defense may be questionable. Y'all thinking. And then after that, you play against a Tennessee Titans football team that's not a very good offensive
Correct.
football team.
Yeah.
And then you have the Minnesota Vikings who play a lowly New York Giants. You don't think that Malik Willis can find a way to be a game manager and win one of those next
That's
3
not
games?
the way I'd bet, but I'm hoping it. Yeah, but that's no. I'm thinking they'll lose every game. And
You
if
just think that the Green Bay Packers defense is trash.
No,
You
I don't
this
think
football-
the
you think
team
the
is
fo-
good enough.
You don't
to
think the
win.
defense is good enough to find a way to
All right, I'll
hold them
pick
under?
them to win 1. If they have to play 3, I'll give them 1 win.
Oh, it makes me feel a little.
So
bit, Homer.
if the Packers,
Oh, why'd you give in to the
Thank
owner?
you, Homer.
if the Packers are 0-3
Yeah.
after 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and Jordan Love comes back,
Yeah.
they make the playoffs?
Yep.
That's my man. That's the Homer.
Yep.
Forget the percentages. It's like a
Percentages are
5%
bad
chance.
for 0-3 chance.
Again,
like 6%.
that's like it's kind of like when you said the Bears, how a quarterback does when he's the first pick of the previous draft. Well, the Bears weren't that bad team. They got the pick in a trade, so it's different. Like this is different too. I remember. You want to go to the other side when the Dallas Cowboys were really good. I don't know if they'd won the Super Bowl. Emmitt Smith was holding out, didn't play the first 2 games. They lost the first 2. Emmitt comes back, and they crush it. I think they may have won the Super Bowl. So
You think Jordan Love is that big of a difference?
I think he's that important
He is that
to
good,
this team,
and I believe it too.
Being young, I'll defer to the NFL veteran. On a young team, I think leadership is really important. They believe in Jordan Love.
Yeah, leadership and just being a top quarterback. And even if we take out what a top quarterback means, a capable quarterback, if you don't have that, you lose hope.
No, he said that this is a 0-17 football team with Malik Willis as the
That's not
starter.
what I said.
You said they won't win a game with
They might be a number 1 pick
I said
team.
that's the way I'm looking. You didn't tell me if they play. If he's a starter for 17, that's the definition of hell. No, he ain't going to be the starter for 17.
But I thought God was on his side.
He is. God is on his side. Yes. God is on everybody's side. I don't get that. No, everybody says this is aside from that, and maybe I'm a bad Christian. Like, God bless America. No, listen. God blesses everyone. You don't have to ask him to bless you. That's what God does. And yet, God bless this show. No, you don't need it. It's there. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
You think I'm wrong?
It's too. We don't have enough time for this conversation.
In 2 minutes, it's the Homer Hour coming up next.